If Bungie released ornaments that made armor and weapons look like Nintendo Mario 64 low poly models, they would be rich. Or yeah, that or like some. I guarantee there's some Minecraft people out there that would love uh that would love some low res swords, right? Like the big Minecraft sword to be one of our heavies. I don't know. There are definitely people out there that would
That's
buy
just
them.
playing the game on a very low spec PC or on an original Xbox. It's the same experience.
True.
Avast ye, and welcome to Two Titans and Under, a Destiny 2 podcast. Dedicating bringing you all the latest information, news, and opinions. This is the best show for new and veteran pirates alike, where we share tips, tricks, and tools to help you succeed and enjoy hornswaggling your booty even more. So with all that said, let me introduce you to me ragtag crew. The scurvy sea dog, Peroty, the son of a biscuit eater, no one respawns in real life, and me, your captain, for this treacherous voyage, Nitedemon. Arrgh!
Well, shiver me timbers, and welcome to the show this week. I am your non-pirate speaking robot Respawn, standing in for that cutthroat Captain Nitedemon. I am here to introduce the crew this voyage. Steering the helm you have that scurvy sea dog Peroty. In the crow's nest not paying attention is the son of a biscuit eater no one respawns in real life. And finally making up the numbers so we can set sail is that lily-livered landlubber Mika. Now over to Peroty to tell you what is happening next week in Destiny.
Next week, we're going to take down Devoda in the disgraced Nightfall. We're going to earn bonus Vanguard ranks all week long. Trials of Osiris returns to the Crucible on the weekend.
That is amazing.
And Shaxx is bringing Clash to the Crucible. If you're not down with Trials, go play Clash. If you played Eruption in Iron Banner this week, Clash is basically just the vanilla version of that, where the entire objective is to go kill other Guardians. There's no other objective. There's no fanciness. It's just straight up Slayer, straight up deathmatch. Shoot them before they shoot you. Whoever shoots the most wins. And if you're looking for some PvE pinnacles this week, Raid is going to be the Vault of Glass, and your dungeon is going to be the Grasp of Avarice, which, as a reminder, if you download the Epic Game Store launcher, and you will get a free 30th anniversary pack from Bungie, which includes the Grasp of Avarice, where the Gallahorn lives. So if you haven't done that, here's your reminder. Get on that. And if pinnacles aren't your thing, and you're saying, but where can I find the latest and lovely exotic armor pieces for my lovely hunter, warlock, or titan? Well, Guardians, it's week 4, and we now have a proper law sector rotation.
Hello!
So Monday the 12th, the Quarry Law Sector. Quarry Law Sector. Let's go with that. Monday the 12th, the Quarry Law Sector on the EDZ will give you your chest. So Hunters, this is where you can get your new Gryfalcon chest piece. And Monkish Jam has you covered on the video for that. On Tuesday, is going to be your excavation site on the EDZ for helmets. Warlocks, it's full on Sunstar time. Monkish Jam has you covered for that one as well. Wednesday, the 14th, will be the Concealed Void on Europa, where your legs are dropping. And there's no new legs, but PV Shifty will tell you how to get through it. And if there are any exotic legs you're missing, there's a good day to knock that out. Thursday, the 15th, Bunker E15. If you want to go into an easy loss sector with a whole bunch of robots to help you out, that's the one to do. Europa is going to be where you're heading for that one. It's going to drop you your arms, so your point contact cannon brace for your Titans available, and Monkish Jam has you covered on how to get through that one. Friday the 16th, we have the Conflux on Nessus, where your chest is back dropping again. Hunters, it's your time to shine once more. Monkish Jam has you covered to get through, and you can get that new Gryfalcon exotic chest piece for the Hunters. Saturday the 17th, the Rift is up on Nessus, where your helmet's dropping. Warlocks, back to you for your Fallen Sunstar. PV Shifty has you covered on a guide for that one. Sunday the 18th, your K1 crew quarters on the moon, and we're back to legs dropping. There aren't any new legs, but maybe there's some old legs you need, or some better legs you're hunting for. And then Monday the 19th, we're back on the K1 logistics on the moon for your arms and your point contact cannon brace for the Titans. And as a reminder, these are not the only things that drop But when you run the lost sectors solo, so you need to run your lost sectors solo, you do have a chance to get exotic drops out of them, and it will give you the new exotic drops if you don't have them already. So if you have all of the exotics on your character already, it will just give you a random exotic armor piece from that, that class. So it'll give you on legs day, if you have all the legs and there's no new legs for the season, you will get some sort of exotic legs. So run that a bunch of times, try to get some exotics or some better rolls on exotics if that's what you're hunting. And if you're saying, but I have all my exotics, I'm very happy with the ones I have and I don't need any more, then I have some weekly challenges for you. So weekly challenges for week 4. First off is going to be the Antiquarian 4, return the relic to the helm. Also, defeat Vex. Defeating them with melee abilities will award you bonus progress. So this will be our 4th relic placed, and we're going to need 250 Vex kills, and that's going to give you Repute and Challenger XP+. And also, the next one is going to be Freebooter 1. Use the treasure maps to reveal additional rewards at the end of Expedition. Using advanced treasure maps will award additional progress. Also, spend plundered umbral energy at the star chart to focus engrams throughout the season. So it's going to want 10 chests unlocked and wants you to do 60 umbral energies. And that will also award you Repute and Challenger XP+. And as a reminder, these two will give you your Repute as a reward, which is used to upgrade the pirate skills at the star chart in the helm. So if you're saying, how do I upgrade these things? These are the first 2 challenges you want to knock out for the Repute. After that, we have Complete Catch Crash on Master Difficulty. That's it. Just get it done. Get a team. Knock it out. There's plenty of lovely ways to LFG if you don't have a team available to you. That'll give you Challenger XP++. There is Short-Sighted. Defeat targets with shotguns and defeat defeat targets with shotguns and defeat blinded combatants. Defeating combatants in Expedition and defeating Guardians will award bonus progress. So, Expedition and Guardians, bonus progress, but other than that, use shotguns and blind things everywhere. So, it wants 150 shotgun kills and 100 arc blind kills. That'll award you Challenger XP+. We would like you to collect mods, Guardian. The mod collector is to unlock artifact mods. So once you have your 12 mods unlocked, you're all set and you will receive Challenger XP++ and Bright Dust. Precision calibration. You're going to calibrate our marksman weapons. Then those are scout rifles, sniper rifles, and linear fusion rifles by landing precision final blows. So headshots or belly shots on the Vex in their nice little milk pouch. It will give you bonus progress against Guardians. You don't have to shoot Guardians, it just goes quicker that way. So if you want to play some Clash this week, that'll help you out maybe. So your reward for that is Challenger XP+ and some Bright Dust. Next up is High Value Hunter. Defeat powerful combatants in Gambit. Earn bonus progress for defeating high value targets. So once you defeat 75 combatants, and keep an eye on those high value targets because that'll make you go all the quicker. And that will award you Challenger XP++ and some Bright Dust. The Slowed Down challenges to defeat Guardians with stasis damage. Bonus progress is granted for defeating slowed or frozen combatants, and they would like you to do 100 Guardians with stasis damage. And remember, you don't have to put on your stasis subclass for this. That'll help you. You'll get there a little quicker, but there's a plethora of lovely stasis weapons in the game. So grab your favorite stasis weapon, put that on, and go hunt Guardians down in Clash next week or in Control. And that'll give you Challenger XP+ and some Bright Dust. And then finally, Darkest Nightfall. Complete the Nightfall Strike on Hero difficulty or higher, and that will award you a Nightfall weapon, a Challenger XP+, and some Bright Dust. And we don't know what Nightfall weapon because it's classified. Bungie's not going to tell us yet, but there will be a Nightfall weapon available to you. So, what do you got to lose? You're going to run some Nightfalls for the weapons anyway? Might as well get a bonus one for doing the challenge. And last but not least, Guardians, it wouldn't be a new week if we weren't running through lost sectors, earning exotics, looking good, feeling good, and wandering over to the Eververse store and wondering, what is available to me? What can I buy and how can I look beautiful? So there's plenty of things available for silver. If you've got real money, you know it's there. You're going to check it out. You're going to spend your silver. But if you're holding your silver tight, or if you're looking to say, I've earned all this bright dust you've been telling me about, how do I use it? What should I use it on? Well, first off, you should absolutely not spend 200 on your concentrated matter gem. You should not spend 250 on your glimmer shard. And you absolutely should not spend 250 on your scavenger's boon. But you might want to spend 3,250. That's 3,250 on a sour taste exotic emote. You might want to do 2,000 on the pallbearer ship. Nice little sleek ship flying through the galaxy. Maybe you want the cannon fodder transmat effect. That's 450 bright dust. Or the whispered sheen shader for 300 bright dust. Or maybe if you're feeling real good this week, the spill the tea exotic emote. Got dirt on anyone? Is going to be available for 3,250 bright dust. The keeping score emote, another one bites the dust, will be available for 700 bright dust. The kindled wanderer sparrow will be available for 2,500 bright dust. Your dramatic countdown emote and action is available for 400 bright dust. And if you're looking to complete your Fortnite armor set and you don't want to buy it for silver, the Eternal Vengeance grips for your hunter, the Nightly Noir gauntlets for the Titan, and the painted Kitsune gloves for the Warlock are all available for 1,600 bright dust apiece. So you can start building that lovely Fortnite set if you haven't bought it day one with silver. The theoretical Endothermix exotic ornament is available for the Cold Heart for 1,250 bright dust. And finally, your Splinter projection is available for 1,500 bright dust. So that's what's happening next week. That's what you might want to be wearing next week. And now on with This Week at Bungie and the rest of the show. I have questions is why, when you go to look at the Roar of the Bear that Lord Saladin has in his, in his focus inventory, why is it cotton candy colored? But then when you pick it up from him, it is not cotton candy colored, which is very disappointing to me. I want my cotton candy Roar of the Bear. Don't show it to me, Bungie, if I can't have it. Don't let me preview this weapon and then not let me buy it.
Yeah, in
have
this
it show
form,
up just like a regular Roar of the Bear. I'm not interested. I want the cotton candy shader.
Yeah, no, don't show it to me in this form, in this color, and not let me have it like this.
Yeah, I wouldn't assume so. I'm basically assuming, like, at this point, this shader is doing the weird thing that I can't remember the name of the shader that was like totally broken, so it looked like, you know, pink with like polka dots.
Polka dots?
Yeah, like the shader was totally broken that way, and that's how it was displaying, because it's the same like cotton candy pink. Which, I mean, to be fair, I'm assuming Bungie uses that maybe as like a troubleshooting color. Like, hey, if this shows up like super bright pink, something is wrong, because it shouldn't be.
Right.
Except, yes, it should. Bungie, please give us that or something similar.
Oh yeah, no, definitely.
So I'm guessing it's one of those where it's like it's missing, it's just missing a texture, or, you know, doing something weird. So they're like, use the bright pink and, you know, blue cotton candy color to yeah, it'll all be fine.
See, I don't get me wrong, I like a lot of the pink color, right? I do. And on some of my guns, the pink it's just so good looking, right? But nothing strikes me like that cotton candy color that you're talking about, right? Because not only is it pink, but it's like a pastel pink, and you get that pastel bluish color that goes with it, and they go really well together, right? And it's not a shiny pink like some of these other shaders are, where you're like a metallic pink or whatever, and you got to put sunglasses on to look at it. No, it's a nice pastel pink, and I think it goes very well. I really do. And I think that they need to have that as a shader available, not just for the Roar of the Bull or Bear. What is it? Bear, right?
Roar of the Bear, yeah.
But in general, because I think that's just an overall good color, you know?
Yeah.
And then we had some of our guys in the chat like, hey, is this close enough? Is this close enough? It's like, no.
Yeah, no, because even it's basically it's like what you get if you put like the Dawn and Dusk on, except like it's a shiny shader. This is like a matte. This is a matte. Like, I picked up this rocket launcher from the carnival for, you know, throwing balls and knocking down bottles. Like, it is a straight up carnival gift, and that's what we want, Bungie. Like, I mean, we're space magicians. Give us carnival gifts. And yeah, and Night's Chill was the name of the shader that was totally broken, because yeah, the background was sort of that same matte pink, and then it had, either like white or blue, like circles all over it. Like very much this is not how this should look. But a bunch of people used it, including me, for a little while it was broken because it was just hilariously, that matte pink. Like everything else is like shiny and textured and beautifully rendered. Give me the cotton candy.
Obviously, the colors are wrong, right? Obviously, the colors are wrong. But it reminded me of a blue-ringed octopus, one of the deadliest creatures in nature. And I was like, that's kind of fitting for a guardian, It's like, it's like in Mother Nature, bright colors are a warning to stay away. And that's what that was with the bright pink with the circles on it, man. Oh goodness.
That's really all we want. That's all we'd really like to have.
Oh goodness. So did you do anything besides PvP this past week? I'm waiting for Micah to get in and talk PvP, so I don't want to get into PvP because he actually has a different opinion, which shocks me because he's a PvP main. So I wanted you guys to talk PvP this week. So, but just like overall, have you done anything besides PvP this week?
Not really. I've done 3 Gambit matches and a strike or 2, but then I've been gilding my Iron Lord title. That's really all I've done this week. Is just played a ton of Iron Banner, deleted an absolute pile of submachine guns, and then added a couple.
What kind of submachine guns?
The one that's giving out, the out of bounds one that I have approximately 50,000 of if I weren't deleting them left, right, and center. And I've added a couple more.
For Iron Banner. That's something.
Yeah, they're just handing those. It's basically like Riptides were. They're just handing those out all over the like. It's not a bad weapon. I just don't need 70 of them. Now, Demon would be here to disagree with me and say, no, you need to keep all 70 of those because they're all slightly different.
Nah.
But no, I really don't, because Hero's Burden's in the pool, the Out of Bounds is in the pool, and the Out of Bounds it's everywhere. Okay, I'm going to need you to hang up the dial-up, tell your mom to get off the phone, and use the broadband.
I hadn't plugged in my mic, sir.
Say something, Micah.
Something, Micah.
Yeah, see, sounds fine. What are you talking about?
Yeah, much better. It was very much like
I don't like this guy's attitude. He sounds like a hunter to me. You know what? We're already on
very
back
much
terms.
like you were on dial-up there for a second.
Well, my mic wasn't plugged in. Give me a half a second to turn it on, sir.
Well, there you go. Well, I just figure if Respawn brings you on, you are also unprepared like Respawn is, who doesn't know where mute buttons are or how to stream to people.
I know where they are. I just don't always get to them in time because it's on a sub menu on my Stream Deck, right? Gosh.
Well, for your information, I am unprepared because Respawn invited me. Thank you very much, sir. But I will figure it out.
That's all we
I just called him.
That's all we hope for.
So I was calling him this morning with 2 questions. Number 1, are you awake yet? Because he's in a different time zone. And number 2, if you are, do you want to be the second Titan on the show? Right? So I call him and he's all like, hello. I'm like, well, that answers the first question.
So why would you be
Clearly you're not awake. You know? He goes, what do you want? I was like, I just wanted to see if you wanted to be the second Titan. He goes, yeah, I'll do the favor for you. It's like, for me, I'm trying to make you famous, bro.
For all 3 of your prescribers.
First of all, we have at least 2,000.
There's 7. Come on. 7 to 10. Give us some credit.
All right, so
I was talking about him. I wasn't talking about like you guys.
Okay.
Just
oh
him.
me? Oh me? No, I have 5.
That's accurate. Yeah.
And every now and again, I'll have a 6. But no, I've got 5. And I only need 15 to go up to the next tier, and I can't get past 6. But it doesn't matter. So one of the reasons I wanted to bring you here is because A, you're a Titan, and it's called 2 Titans and a Hunter, and B, you are a PvP main, and since this was a PvP week, I wanted to get your opinions on the new Iron Banner mode and the new Iron Banner weapons. Right, especially that sidearm, because you're a sidearm user, and I heard you had some complaints about it.
Are we actually in the show right now?
Yeah, no, we're recording.
Oh, okay. Because I thought we were going to talk about like the most important part of the TWAB, them initiating the Mar-a-Lago raid where you can obtain master status in Destiny. I thought that was going to be really fun and exciting.
But I haven't gotten to that part of the TWAB yet.
Respawn never gets to that part of the 12 because that one involves reading the 12 versus having it read to him. So
Right.
there could be all sorts of mysteries there. He'll never know the
Astacross
difference.
didn't have one this week. What do you want from me, man? I can only do what Astacross
Watch
gives
more
me.
than one person. There's only 70,000 people to choose from.
All right,
But
so where do we?
Astacross is my favorite.
Respawn opens YouTube and there's exactly one channel he subscribes to, and that's it. It's not even his own or ours.
That's
It's
not
just
true. I
Astacross.
also,
There's
no. I
nothing
also
but
have
Astacross.
Fallout, and Fallout didn't have anything. I also have.
Did you invite Fallout and Astacross to join your YouTube list so that way support can support? Like friends do.
No, because we're not friends. They don't even know we exist.
Oh,
We're not there yet. We know Bungie listens, but YouTube
Fallout's local-ish to me, at least. Theoretically, he could know I exist. He doesn't, but like, there's a chance if he does a meetup, we can meet in real life. So then he can know I exist. So then we can become best friends forever. Because that's clearly how that works.
Yeah, obviously. Yeah, proximity makes friendship.
So where do we want to start? Iron Banner.
Well, first of all,
or
can
what?
we start by you moving the mic slightly away from your mouth because you're eating it right now, and we can hear you go.
You can't hear me now. You hear me too much. I mean, make up your mind. You sound like a
No,
woman.
your voice sounds sexy. That's fine,
wanna
but
hear you
you're
just
breathing into the
enough
mic is less
and no
sexy.
more.
This is not an ASMR channel, okay?
I mean, you might get more subscribers.
Actually, no, that's not true. We have a Brit, so I guess it is
That's
an
for the
ASMR
OnlyFans
channel.
afterwards. Come on, that's a different set of content.
Yeah, that's for the paid subscribers.
Yeah, but anyway, okay, so yeah, the first thing it's talking about right now is the is weapons, right? So maybe not Iron Banner weapons, but you can't be here the whole time, so let's do Iron Banner first and get that out of the way.
Yeah, we could try and touch some bases on. So, weapons. You want to just bring them up and then I tell you what I think about them so far, or you want me to just to go off my memory?
Probably a list would be appropriate if we knew what we were doing, and of course we do know what we're doing. So I have a list right here of the new Iron Banner weapons at the ready.
I don't believe you. I don't believe you have anything at the ready.
Shut up.
So has anyone touched? I mean, they do bring, the 12 for the 8th of September 2022. Their big thing is, hey, there's a weapon crafting update. You can now get the Dares of Eternity weapons, the BXR 55 Battler, which I'm sure if you're a PvP player, you have a thought of. Wasteland.
That's actually really good PvE. Whoa! Don't
other half sword. Partner Dustin Retraced Path. You told me Mike was a PvP guy, so I was like, if you're a PvP guy, you clearly have an opinion on the BXR 55 Battler, which is now craftable and now in Dares. So have you set foot in Dares to even get one?
Yes.
Do you remember Dares existed?
Yes, I did.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure I did. That's why I'm asking.
I only played it like one time because they said you only can get BXRs if you do it a certain way, but it didn't work for me. But yeah, I did. I didn't stay to try to get the crafted. I got a half truth on my first run, and I was like, "Ooh, okay, well, I think that's good enough for me." And the BXR, I can't compare the crafted one to the regular one, but the new ones have some additional perks, which are actually kind of nice. So, I mean, if you get one, cool. Is it life or death? Nah, because the BXR is literally just good all by itself.
Do you have one that you like? Do you have a BXR that you like or use, or just a pile in your vault that you select every now and again?
I mean, I reflect every now and then. But because I like being up close. I'm a Titan main. I like being up in your face and just introducing you to both my fists. It's just fun, especially in this new update. But keel clip, and anything that basically increases consistency, be range or stability is generally what I go with. And I got one with Pugilist and that one perk where you punch somebody one time and then you shoot and it has a
blunt execution rounds.
Yeah. So Pugilist with blunt execution rounds. I was like, ooh, that's unique. So I kept that sucker because it should be fun.
And they're synergistic too, which is nice.
It's like a swashbuckler on roids. But literally punching something and then looking for something to shoot in the next 5 seconds that's across the map. yeah, requires a level of ADD that I don't have. So
Well, that and you hip fire it too, right? It's so hard not to sight in on this gun, but if you don't sight in, you're more accurate. Which is weird.
stupid. Yeah, I know it's crazy, but I still
Yeah,
like. It's a really nice gun. It feels good, honestly.
it
You
does.
compare that, you feels almost as good as what's it called, the sidearm, which
The
oh,
sidearm is called the Allied Demand.
no, not the Allied Demand. I'm talking about the exotic one that was introduced in that entire season.
Trespasser, Devil's
The
Ruin.
Trespasser.
No,
Yeah.
no, Trespasser is the. I'm talking about the about to say the Destiny one. I'm talking about the Halo one, the Halo sidearm.
Oh, the
Oh,
Forerunner.
Yeah,
Forerunner.
Forerunner.
Yeah.
Yes,
I
it
was
feels
trying to remember. I was like, I was like, which one is he talking about? There's so many. There's so many exotic sidearms these days.
related to that update. I mean, well, the
Mhm,
update
mhm.
no, but related to that weapon, yes. The Forerunner is
Yeah.
like feels. It feels like it's just not even belong in this game. It's just
It,
so good.
it's steel. It's still dirty too. People aren't
Absolutely,
really using it anymore, but for those of you that are, it's
Oh,
still
they're out there.
cracks in PvP.
because it
They're
uses
out there using it. You
special
just have
ammo.
to go into PvP to have it used against you.
Yeah, yeah.
It's
You
still out there. Don't
special
tell
ammo.
people they aren't using it.
Amazing. It's absolutely
Okay,
amazing.
fair.
But yeah, the sidearm is I'll
Now,
be
which sidearm now are we talking about?
the new one in Iron
The
Mountain.
Allied Demand
Yeah, yeah, because I think
stasis.
we're done
Okay.
talking about Dares of Eternity because there's nothing left in there but a shotgun. If you don't already have a shotgun you like, then okay, have fun grinding for that one. Um, but
Well, what
the
makes the Days of Eternity shotgun really good is one of the things it comes with is huh?
slide shot,
Slide shot, yeah, but I like the feature on shotguns where
full
when
choke.
you get a kill, it fills your magazine back up.
You
Because
talking
you
about
can
Great
just go on
Price?
a rampage until you're out of rounds, dude. And I love that. Love
What are
that
you
so
talking about?
much.
Oh, subsistence.
Yeah. So just
Yeah,
on a shotgun is amazing.
yeah, it's nice. It's nice. It's nice. But it's not better than slide shot technically because if you get the kill, you're really sliding everywhere you go. So you're gonna reload your magazine constantly. So subsistence is like the poor man's slide shot because you got to get the kill in order to refill that ammo. All you
I'm
gotta do is
trying to
just
find the
slide.
shotgun. What's your shotgun's name? Anybody know?
Wastelander
Mm,
M5.
yep.
The list that's there
Wastelander?
in the TWAB.
Oh. Wasteland. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Wastelander's
Okay.
nice.
So
So
let's see what perks you can get. So you have Slideways is the one that you like, you said? That's
mhm.
not even up. Yeah, it is. Oh, but it's in the same column as Subsistence. Oof.
Yeah, I know because they're basically the same perk, but slide shot is better because it also gives stability and accuracy.
Mm-hmm. Now, Pugilist, a lot of people don't realize that Pugilist is a big deal for me, especially, right? Because I like the Monte Carlo because a lot of my builds are melee based, right? And this gives you the Monte Carlo ish ability without having to use an exotic slot, right? So Pugilist, like, for example, comes on the shotgun, comes on the BXR Battler, comes on a lot of things nowadays. So you can generate
Really?
melee energy by dealing melee the final blows with this weapon generate melee energy. That's one thing. Dealing melee damage briefly improves this weapon's handling. So it's very good for melee based builds. It helps you get melee energy. It benefits from you doing melee stuff. And then this weapon also comes with 1-2 punch, right? So every hitting an enemy with every pellet and a shot increases melee damage for a short duration. So again, really fantastic for melee based builds. I
It
still
sounds in theory, but in actual, if you're going to PvP in actual play,
no,
not
I don't know about PvP. I'm not saying anything about PvP because I
so.
don't know about
So I'll say it like this because when you're looking at people who are doing the videos like, oh, this activates right then, and whenever you do this, da, 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 in actual play, a lot of times, no. If you're doing a melee build, you're priming someone to be killed by your melee 9 times out of 10. Because if you initiate with a melee, you better
that.
follow up with a melee because yeah, you just want to hurry up, get that kill and finished off. That's just your natural reaction. So you're not going to get that pugilist activated because you're killing more with your melee than you are with your weapon. Unless you're using a hand cannon, then you're killing from a distance away to try to get that melee. But also, if you're running a melee build, I imagine you're running high melee stats,
Strength.
so that way you can get your melee back quicker in the shortest amount of time. In addition to, you're also running what is on your artifact mod, so you get your melee back quicker with every time you use your class ability.
Okay.
Really, honestly, I get my melee back if about 10, 15 seconds. So in between fights, for a Titan, especially since you have to run to initiate your melee, I don't need my melee that quickly. Like when I get my keel with my melee, and I'm just meleeing things in general, I only need my melee every 10 to 15 seconds. And I clear that time with just my general stat pool by itself. Pugilist on top of that, I notice like when I'm running certain builds, I'll have my melee back and I won't be needing it. So it's like, okay, if I don't need my melee but every 20 seconds, but I'm getting it back every 10 seconds, maybe I should probably allot those stats into another pool to, balance out my need versus, I just got it back instantly. I mean, why?
So what exotic? So okay, I'm asking you this because in PvE, I have a Titan build that I use whenever I'm running a Titan for like a raid or something, right? I have Heart of Innermost Light, and I use the dodge ability instead of the shield wall, right? And by doing this, I have constant grenades. So constant storm grenades. I'm just chucking out, right? I do a storm grenade, charge up punch, dodge, and now all my stuff is back again, right? Now in PvP, is that a viable build, right? Because you just chuck in because you don't have to hit anything with your punch. It still gives you the energy even if you don't hit anything, right? And then you dodge. Heart of Innermost Light gives you energy back to everything else, right? So you don't have to hit anybody. You just punch the air, dodge, and now you have your grenade back. Is that a viable thing to do in PvP?
Legit? Probably it is. Because if you're just burning your dodge and your melee, you have them on very fast cooldowns. I should actually try it out. I'll give it a try and see and let you know.
Oh, so you haven't tried that yet?
Nah, because the storm nade is actually pretty good. Pretty good. Not amazing, not broken, but it's pretty good because a lot of people are pretty stupid and they realize they're getting hit and they don't know from where. And so they just stop, they take a step back around a corner and then they get hit again. Then they step back in front of you because they don't know where they got shot from, so they're scared, and then they finally look up, see it's a storm, and they're like, oh shoot, move away. So, but by that time they're already dead. So most people like storm grenades, they don't know that it's there.
The storm grenade also chases them, doesn't it?
Yes, that's what I mean. Like they'll step around behind corner and it'll follow them, and then they'll get smacked again, and then they'll move to another side and they'll get smacked again because they don't realize there's a storm grenade there. They think it's just one initial shot, and so they just move away from the area, and then they think, okay, I'm good, and they don't know where the damage is coming from, basically.
And in PvP, how many ticks of a storm grenade kills you?
It takes a few. That's what I mean. It's not broken.
Yeah. Too many. It's useful if you've got a group like capturing a zone, or if you're in a gunfight and you're engaging them, and the storm grenades is sort of there like an arc buddy helping you out. Like it's not going to kill them for the most part unless they're just literally standing there waiting because
every shot. If they take every shot, they're gonna die from it. Absolutely. But it's
they'll
so
die,
long that you have to sit in it.
Yeah, but like I've had better success if you're running against like lower skill people in PV. Like I've done nothing but Iron Banner this week, and the matches where it's like we were I'm like a 1-0 Iron Banner KD level. Like I'm not deeply in the middle of the pack. Like if I'm playing other middle of the pack people, I've had better success with the storm grenade there because they're sort of engaging gunfights and not paying maybe full attention, and they're not running away. Because if you run away with the storm grenade, you're going to outrun it easily. It's really like you were saying, if you're standing there taking that tick damage, it's going to kill you eventually. But if you dodge away and then run off, like you will have outrun that storm grenade and are going to make it through that encounter.
Yeah. But the best way to do it, honestly, you throw it. If you prime them with one hit, it's going to kill them more than likely because they'll get hit by that first shot and then they'll move away. And they don't realize how long it lasts. And so it's going to catch them on at least one more tick, and the grenade will kill them, like, consistently. Often I'll throw it into a crowd and just leave it and run off somewhere. And then eventually in the next 5 seconds, I'll hear somebody just dodged my grenade because it just chased someone. And then instead, after that person ran away, another person, he drug it into another individual and killed that person. So it's kind of funny. But yeah, I should try it out and just see how that works. It should be an interesting setup. Yeah.
So, do you generate a lot of wells in PvP?
You don't generate any wells.
No.
None?
None.
No.
Not a one.
Okay. Yeah. That's one thing I was thinking about doing because I have a void build from Plunder the Booty from that season where the whole thing is built around Heart of Innermost Light and just feeding your abilities back and forth using wells. Doesn't work in PvP at all because there's no wells, and the ability feeding is just not there because you're also just not facing as many combatants. Even in sixes, there's just not that many people. I mean, Heart definitely will help you out, but there's so much other stuff you could do to get better results in PvP than Heart. It's good, but it's I mean, and I'm sure people put together builds with it, but it's just not. It's not quite that frenetic. I'm going to run into the middle of a massive group and just keep the pain.
Well, that's why I was asking,
Unless
because
there is one thing that you can do that would work very synergistically with Heart of Innermost Light that would be really kind of stupid and fun. Two things. Mix it up with three things. The least of them, but my favorite, probably what I go to, Jotun, Heart of Innermost Light with the tracking nade. Fire Jotun shot.
Oh, you're one of those guys.
Yes, I am. You already know this.
Yeah, but I keep forgetting, man.
Them
Until you bring it
run,
up. It's like,
throw the nade, and all you're doing is feeding your ability. The Jotun is just to basically keep anyone from making any hard presses, and then you just keep them funneled while you just keep your ability just like spamming back and forth, and then you just throwing your nades to do all the tracking. Second option, I don't know if it's the new players or what, but it is so freaking annoying. There's like 18 Witherhoard users per match right now. I don't know why. It's so many.
Because it works.
Because it works.
It's not. It's very in denial, like a sewn biscuit, man.
No, I mean, it's because people are grouping up and just standing there, going pip, 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 with their scout rifles and whatever, or the battlers or whatever. They're just standing and either hard scoping you or just standing in one place. It's like, I don't want you to stand there. You want that doorway? That's my doorway. That's what arc grenades and the Witherhoard's for.
We'll get to Iron Banner in a second, but like, it's just there's so many Witherhoard users. It's so freaking like there's been like one every match, and it's not that it's good. It's just it's annoying when this whole update is about getting up close and personal, and idiots just constantly dropping Witherhoards everywhere. It's like, dude, come on, like they don't win the fight. They just trade often.
Oh, totally.
It's just annoying.
Witherhoard is just there to use with your storm grenade to be like, I'm either going to get you on the ground or get you in the sky. One way or the other, I'm going to get you.
Yeah.
Or at least I'm going to soften you up so that my buddy over here or my blueberry friend can go and finish you off.
Yeah. And another option, if you want to, where you don't have to use special ammo and just constantly keep spamming, fighting Lion with that. And you just keep spamming nades and spamming nades constantly. Just perpetual, basically, spam bot. Doing all that, and it would probably be pretty nasty in sixes.
Yeah,
you probably won't get a lot of kills, but you'll be annoying as heck to the team. Annoying.
You'll get the hate mail, but you won't be on top of the of your team stats.
You'll be at the bottom. You'll definitely be at the bottom, but you'll be supporting. Oh yeah, you'll definitely be supporting. But yeah, so that could work.
But yeah, no, the reason I was asking is because one of the main elements of that build I was talking to you about is elemental charge and utility kickstart, right? So utility kickstart is easy. You use your class ability, you get a chunk of it back. Not a big deal, right? But elemental charge is every time you pick up a well, you become charged with flight, and then there are 3 stacks of firepower on this build, which is when you throw a grenade, depending on how many charges of light width you have, you get chunk, grenade energy back, right?
They don't want you to have that. That's kind of spam.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. PvP that would be ridiculous.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
you get charge, you get resilience.
Is it hard to make wells in PvP, or you just can't, like, flat out?
They are not.
Don't have the ability. Okay, they are not a thing.
Yeah. Wells do not form in PvP. Period. Full stop.
Okay. So I know what you use, Peroty. Peroty is just freaking sweet business all day, every day, right? He might have abilities that he could use, but
when I want to run around and be a meme, that's what I do. But when I'm actually trying to play like quasi competitively, I've actually I actually saw a cool guy just put out a video on this that I've only had a chance to just start. I haven't gotten through it, about the Ogma PR6 pulse rifles. Because he likes them from a PvE side, but I've got a PvP role I've been playing with that I really like. And I mean, it's not like a phenomenal role. It's got adaptive munitions and dragonfly on it, so like not like a god roll of any sort for any deity.
And it's a pulse,
but it has a really nice the Ogma PR6. It just has a really nice feel. It's got a nice like vertical recoil direction. Like again, like the one I have is not incredible. It just has a really nice feel. And
Mhm.
also, I've been playing a bunch of Iron Banner with my Warlock, and there's something about the Warlock and the Vigilance Wing. It just feels so good.
Yeah.
It just feels so good in that Warlock's hand. I can't describe that like Warlock Vigilance Wing synergy, but it's just there and it's beautiful.
Yeah, I know. Make sure you delete that comment because I'm tired of seeing it. I'm not going to see it anymore.
What comment?
I haven't seen that many. I mean, I
I've
haven't
seen
seen that many of them,
a
or I should
few.
say, I haven't been killed by many of them. I'm sure I've probably seen more
I
of
put it
them.
like this: in Iron Banner, I see a lot. Because
How many Jade Rabbits have you seen?
Banner is not that many, honestly.
They
It's
Oh,
been
force
that's-
everything else.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, that's one I've seen. Every time I'm getting killed, it's the BXR Battler or it's the Jade Rabbit, this Iron Banner. Like everyone found their Jade Rabbit going, that's a gun that exists. We should use that.
no, they've been using Jade Rabbit since last update.
Mm.
Because it was good then, and they
Mhm.
rediscovered. Oh my god, this is good! I'm like,
Well,
yeah.
Jade Rabbit always 4-taps, so Jade Rabbit is never
No,
bad.
three
Quotes,
taps,
right?
three taps.
Does it 3 taps?
Yeah, see, it's quicker now.
Oh, okay.
3 taps to the head. Pop,
Fair
pop,
enough.
pop. Yeah, love Jade Rabbit, and it feels so good. It has the highlight. It has all that hella aim assist. Oh man,
But
it was
no doom of
Kelties.
yeah.
Yeah,
None of those.
the PvP is annoying, right? No, not the PvP. Just Iron Banner. If we're gonna even talk about Iron Banner, is just
we will.
right now. Let me mention that sidearm. Sidearm, it's okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
So there you go.
I've seen a lot of hunters running around with it. I don't know if they're using whatever the hunter exotic is that makes the sidearms better, or if there's a particular role on that allied demand sidearm. But I'm getting killed by a lot of those things with hunters up close, and of course shotguns. Shotguns everywhere.
Yeah, there's shotguns.
The hunters are probably using the exotic
And they're
chest
all
piece
good.
more than anything else. Going in and out of invis gives them a big
Yeah.
old chunk of damage.
Oh yeah, the extra damage on the on the popping out of invis.
So I wonder how long before they nerf that, so you guys can't use it in PvP. Like
Probably not very long, knowing Bungo. It might even be in the swab. Hold on, let me look.
I'm mad because seriously, they take away the one damage buff that Titans get, and they're like, nah, you just don't get it. Period for the entire game. Oh, thank you. That's
What
great.
damage buff are you talking about?
Appreciate it, Lorely. They finally gave us a damage buff, and then they took it away. Now we have no damage buff. Period. It just sucks. It sucks.
But you are significantly tankier, like way tankier.
Yeah, but that does not mean that the exotic is not nerfed. Okay, we're tankier in another class, not tankier in solar. Solar is about the same. They just took away the damage buff.
Okay.
That's it. But Iron Banner.
Yeah. So okay. Well, before you get going, Respawn, have you set foot into Iron Banner this week?
No, that's why I brought him.
No, he has not.
Okay. I mean, that's what I was assuming. I just wanted to.
Absolutely not.
I just wanted to say it for the record, for when Respawn starts saying in PvP this and that, we can say, but you don't play it, so your opinion is valid and invalid. Carry on, Micah.
Yeah. So I mean, it's always invalid. But anyway, yeah, it's the way I explained it, because after playing Iron Banner for 2 days, I called Respawn just rage, because he's the person to go to rage about things. And I'm like, dude,
Accurate.
like I hate what they have turned Iron Banner into. Not Bungie. Bungie did a great job. The game mode is amazing. It's fun. It's adrenaline rush. Great. Get it. Fun. Love it. Great.
Are you good?
But what I'm saying, they did a great job with the design. But what players have turned it into is a piece of game mode.
Oh.
Like, I know it's about kill streaks, and the way that I saw it with the update and with this game mode, the way that you were supposed to intend to play was for this to be a fast-paced, fun game mode where you're running, gunning, trying to get kill streaks and whatnot, and it's constant movement, constant chasing down, and just frantic with abilities popping off and whatnot. Mayhem, but with kill streaks for the mayhem. And so that way it's really fun, it's hectic. What it's turned into is literally the old Trials of Osiris, where you sit back in the back of the map and shoot scout rifles and snipers all day long until you get your ult, and then you just spam ults. And it is so boring. Like literally, that's all people do is just sit back with a team with scout rifles constantly and pulse rifles and snipers and just shoot until they get their ults, and then they try to run you down. Like if you're not playing on small map like the lunar map or the Vault of Glass map that's in the nighttime, if you're not playing on either one of those maps, then just quit because it's going to be a the Trials of Osiris sniping match constantly, and it's so freaking boring. It is so boring. Like I can't stand it because yeah, it's just boring.
You can't get in their face. You don't like it because you can't get in their face.
No, I mean, yes,
Yes, I
yes,
know.
I don't like that because
Yeah.
I can't get in their face. But also, if one team is sitting back, literally with their team, waiting for you to come around the corner, they're not moving. They're not chasing you down. They're not pursuing you. They're just all sitting in the back, waiting for you to come around the corner. They already have the advantage because they already have the clear line side of view. Period. You have to come into their scopes, and they do that the whole match, the entire match.
Yep.
So you can't press or push even with your team because you're going to lose more people because you're coming into their fire, trying to get sights on them while they're already zoned into that corner.
ADS, yeah. They're already aiming down
So
sights.
Yeah, it's Trials of Osiris mixed with momentum control meta of yeah, it's all long range or you know, and then once that switch flips or somebody does get that kill streak going, it's rush with shotguns. And that's and like to your point, that's why everyone's using Wither Horde, trying to push people out of cover, trying to push into cover, trying to be able to peek those sight lines and having some prayer of doing so. Because it's either it goes from sit in the back of the map and pick away at people, or rush and just chain your supers. I mean, I can't remember the last time
CQC
so many
meta,
super
be the
like
guy
we've
that
seen
stays
so
in
many
the back,
super chaining.
you know?
Yeah, but like once the super chaining starts, it's all over. Like it is like a trials match where you're trying to hold on to your supers and then like use them all one by one or something. Because like I cannot tell you, like I've been Nova bombed, Thunder crashed, and Arc staffed in the same match, like in the same moment. Basically, it's like I don't know what killed me, but they were all coming at me at once.
Are the
And
arc staffs
can we just talk about the arc staff for a moment? Can we just talk about the arc staff for just a moment?
I guess it's
The infinitely you can't touch me while I run through your entire team while taking no damage and deflecting everything. I have an entire movable Titan bubble I can just walk through you with.
Sure.
Let's say it like this: if they're gonna do that, go ahead and make it so that everybody has a super that's like that. Warlocks have something similar, but theirs is they teleport and they hit you in their void and in their arc subclass. They teleport to you and they kill you. You literally have only a prayers of a chance with very good skill or someone sniping from very far away to kill them in their super. Or if they're running the freaking Swords of the Dawn, you have to snipe them out the sky because they're so high up, and that literally tracks you around walls. They're living the dream with supers that are actually really useful in PvP. Hunters as well. The Arc Staff is literally what Titans should be in their supers. I'll get to the Titan supers. But you got defense. And you also have dodging, which doesn't really take away a lot of your superpower. And your whole class is melee based. You can also do a slam from the sky to do a large AoE burst around you. And if that's not enough, you have a 10 to 15 meter lunge range that homes in on any target within distance for their melee attack. So block, reflect, dodge, AoE slam, and 10 to 12 meter lunge range on their melee. What do you get on Titans? You get maybe 3 meters on your what is it?
Lunge.
On your lunge, period. And that lunge takes away about, I want to say, 20% of your super. You can only do about 5 or 6 of them, period, whether it be dodging or attacking. And your AoE slam, literally, the AoE slam on Arc Titans takes 2 shots to kill.
Meanwhile,
killing the Titan takes 2 shots.
It's not a guaranteed 1 kill. I can run up to you and just do the panic slam. If you don't already have chip damage, I have to hit you again.
Meanwhile, you've dodged away and are hitting me in the head with a crimson, and I'm dead in my super.
So hold on. You're telling me that a Titan super can't one shot a Guardian?
No,
Not
it
in all
can,
circumstances.
but it's not. It does not consistently one shot. Period.
Yeah.
Full
Okay.
stop.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's not, and that's why everyone is using Thunder Crash, because the Thunder Crash, at least if it
It's
hits
gonna
near
get
you,
killed.
it's again probably going to kill you. You could dodge away out of that again area of effect and live, but it at least has a better chance to kill you versus the Fist of Panic, where I'm running towards you and getting murdered before I even get to you to use it, or I'm out of super, or I hit you with it and you still manage to live through it.
Yep.
And that's
And on
assuming
top
the
of
hit
that, I
detection
have
works.
three extra minutes on my super timer. It's not good enough to deserve that long ass timer that you have on that super. Like, it's not.
The hunters, you saying, have too long a timer? What are you saying?
I'm talking about the Arc
No,
Titan.
no,
Arc
the
Titan.
Arc Titan.
Okay.
It's
the
it's
Fist
the
of Panic
longest
is not
timer.
worth using.
Yeah, it's not worth using, period, in anything. Like, it's literally not worth using in PvE. It's not worth using in PvP. Like, its lunge range and hit detection is so inaccurate. I could be above your head while you're looking forward with a arc strider, and you will lunge into the sky 15 meters and hit me. You do that with the Fist of Havoc, you ain't hitting shit.
Well, Fist of Havoc
You
comes
ain't-
down to the ground. That's one thing too, right? You don't jump up, you go down. You know?
Even I'm saying even that the accuracy cone and the homing in is almost non-existent.
Yeah.
Like, you have more accuracy cone and homing in on your regular shoulder charge than you do on the super. No
And
lie.
Yeah,
And
the
more
hit
range
detection
on
is
it as
just
well.
is just as bad on that too. The number of
It-
times I really wish they at least would have fixed the hit detection on the shoulder charge. If you're going to nerf it to make it useless, where I just bounce people around, at least let me hit them. The number of times I have shoulder charged around people, near people, beside people. If I'm coming around a corner and I
Giving them
know
a
where
little
you
shoulder
are,
rub. Hey buddy,
I just
shoulder rub.
I just shoulder charge by you, and then you turn around and shotgun me, or 3-tap hand cannon me, whatever, and I'm dead by the time my animation has stopped for even me to react again. Like, it's just not worth using. It's not satisfying. It is broken in a very unsatisfying way.
Yeah, it's the worst super in the game right now. Literally, it has no purpose or use in any game mode. It's the worst super in the game. The
And the
worst.
shoulder charge, also useless.
No. I can make use of the shoulder charge. It's not useless, but it has major flaws right now. It has major flaws.
Now, do you use it more to do damage, or do you use it more for movement?
PvP or PvE?
PvP.
If I'm using it for damage. Because finally I have a reason to no longer use barricade. Thank you. I'm using the dodge for my movement, and I'm using the shoulder charge for my damage and initiation. Because the blinding effect, you're gonna get at least one kill. If you're using Peregrine Greaves, you're gonna get one, maybe two. But I will tell you my setup right now a little later. But let me see. Are we done talking about Arc Striders and their trash?
Well, I wanted to ask you guys a question about that. I wanted to ask you guys a question about your Titan, right?
Okay.
Okay. So you know how when you run, you get that overshield in front of you, right? Number one, does that have a cooldown?
No.
No.
It's only
so every time you start to sprint, you can get that overshield, right?
As long as you have your class ability.
Okay.
It is your class.
It is my class. Okay. Now, so let's say you're running, right? And somebody starts to shoot you and they deplete that shield that you have, right? Does that deplete your class energy?
Yes.
Okay, it does. All right. So you have a cooldown of your class ability energy. Is okay. So you do okay. All right. Because I was having this argument with somebody in the chat. They're like, well, the hunter's invincible. I'm like, yeah, the hunter's invincible for 13 seconds in a 5-minute match, right? You guys have that damage reduction every 7 seconds, plus a sprint, right?
8
seconds. 8 seconds, yeah. But you have that throughout the entire match. Now, if you add up that 50 HP damage mitigation throughout the course of an entire map, that at the very least offsets 13 seconds of damage reduction. You know what I'm saying?
And here's the thing. What I say about that? I'm kind of fine. Now, the Arc Strider is still way overtuned. They helped it, so now you can kill it with supers, but it's still way overtuned because a whole team firing at an Arc Strider. I'm sorry, that thing does not have hit points. It doesn't.
You as an archer can walk through 3, 4, 5 guardians firing at you and kill all of them and still live through it. You
Good.
cannot do that as a Juggernaut Titan. You cannot get through 2 people, and that's assuming you're only being shot because the shield only works on the front. If you get hit from the side or the back of or someone jumps above you and shotguns you, you're dead. That shield gives you nothing. It's only if you're running. It's only
you have a forward shield, like it's Captain America shield in the front. Yeah.
The thing is also you can run away from it because you have to be really, really close in order to get your melee off when you're running the Juggernaut shield. Arc Strider, you got 10 meters of distance that you can lunge from one person to the next, chaining attacks. It's overtuned. It's overtuned. But I will not call for a nerf for it. What I would call for, buff the Titan supers, because literally our supers are kind of even the Thunder Crash is kind of been, it feels weird because honestly, if I'm flying in my Thunder Crash, I should either be invincible in Thunder Crash or you should give me an AoE, not an AoE, but
you get damage reduction while you're flying.
No, you don't.
Are you sure?
I think there's some. I mean, I think there's some, but it's sort of like this, like probably what Fist of Havoc gives you. Like I can't remember. I think the only super in the game, at least at that point, I think Blade Barrage was the only one who didn't give you any reduction. Everything else gives you some, but it's not enough to be useful.
But only reason because before trying to attack Blade Barrage and Golden Gun gave you nothing. You got nothing for Gunslinger.
Right. You know? Because you're running around the map with 18 shots.
No. First of all, either one of them, the 3-shot or the 18-shot one, neither one of them give you any damage reduction. So
that's because you're running around with a 1-shot heavy. Basically, you're running around with a what is it called? Hit scan heavy.
Yeah.
Like
I mean, look at the Kamehameha. Kamehameha got damage reduction. Tickle Fingers got damage reduction. Nova Warp got damage reduction. Those are all the same
Tickle
thing.
Fingers up. Tickle Fingers also needs a massive buff. Like
well,
Tickle
they
Fingers
did discuss that. They discussed that they've updated that for more damage. I don't know if it's PvE or PvP, but the co-op does talk about it getting more damage.
It again then because it's
Peroty.
It's very disappointing.
Peroty, as far as Thunder Crash, like honestly, I feel like one thing that needs to be done for the things that you get with it. Yeah, it's good. But there's too many times where I'm like Thunder Crashing into a wall in the middle space and someone jumps and they can still avoid the Thunder Crash. Whereas if someone's using a Nova Bomb, there is no escaping. You got to run for at least 10, 15 seconds to get out of the radius.
Oh, the Slova? Yeah, the Slova will chase you down.
Either one. You have to run because the second one will literally drag you back into the Nova Bomb. Like you have to run, you have to chuck and run. All you got to do is jump to avoid a Thunder Crash. The AoE is not big enough for what that super's supposed to be. The AoE should be as big as a Nova Bomb. It should be. I mean, you don't get a lot of damage reduction. They can shoot you down because it's not the.
Well, you get a lot of ground AoE, right? The AoE if somebody's on the ground, you get a lot of range on it. Now, if they jump in the air, you're slamming the ground. You shouldn't be able to hit somebody in the air if you're slamming the ground. I have the same complaint about boss.
It's not a ground AoE. All it is it leaves a ground field of tick damage, which is weird because it never did that before. But it leaves a ground field of tick damage. But I'm talking about the initial explosion because literally you're a missile, which is a bomb. Why is the radius so small where if I'm launching a missile at you, you can quickly dodge it? Like, I mean, no. It should be bigger.
But on the bright side, though, you can pass next to somebody without even touching them and kill them.
No. That's
in theory.
You literally have to touch them. I have sat around flying around someone, whatnot, and super close, and you'll graze by them, and you have to make direct body-to-body contact to kill them. Now, if they made it where the area around you in within 5 meters, if I touch that, you die. Okay,
5 meters? You want a 25-foot radius?
Is that 25-foot radius? No, that's not.
15.
How are you getting to 25?
15-foot radius. So as you're flying, you want 15 feet of radius of damaging space around you. That is a lot. That's a lot.
How do we go from 5 to 15? I'm confused.
He said 5 meters, so that's 15 feet, right?
Okay.
That's within
Ish.
the shotgun range. That's within shotgun one shot range.
Yeah, but
That's
you're
yes.
talking about a radius of damage as you're flying. That's incredibly OP. That would be broken.
Uh,
That would be no worse.
I'm sorry. That is no worse than Nova Bomb that can literally chase everybody down on the map. Like Nova Bomb wipes 3 people minimum constantly.
I mean, that's what an Arc Strider can do. An Arc Strider can walk through the map however long and take absolutely no damage and kill
me 3
indiscriminately.
times. Can kill me 3 times.
and an Arc Strider can track you down. If I'm thunder crashing, I'm going wherever it takes me with a little bit of directionality, but not much. It's no worse than what Arc Staff can do.
Okay,
Nova Bomb
so
can do.
you're a controller player, aren't you? I can tell. Because I was using the Flying Titan thing on mouse and keyboard, and that's sensitive as hell, dude. Like, I can turn a 360 on a dime using mouse and keyboard. So when you said you hardly have any direction, I was like, nah, you must be playing on controller, because mouse and keyboard, you direction the hell out of that thing, man.
You can get a tighter turn radius on a mouse and keyboard, but it still does not make up one for. You have to make literally body to body contact.
Oh yeah, no, I'm not saying them except for that. I'm just talking about
if you give it a keel radius of say 5 meters somewhere around you, like a
now
general
when
shotgun
you
range,
land.
I'm saying one or the other. Either give it a kill radius where you being close to them, like they try to jump out of your way and you move within their range, it kills them. I mean, because hell, tickle fingers, like yeah, all that crap. There are other supers where you just get close to it and it kills you. Period.
Right.
Or you make the AOE damage like a Nova Bomb.
Mm-hmm.
That'll be balanced. Because supers, I don't. That's why I told you I don't want to nerf Arc Strider. What I want to buff Titan supers, because a super should feel super. That's how it should feel.
Yeah.
It should feel like I'm invincible for about 5 seconds and I'm just going off and I'm just causing mayhem and you better run the hell away. That's how a super should feel. It should make you feel super. That's the power fantasy. It shouldn't be, oh, my super is I gotta be super skilled and very, very careful, otherwise I'm gonna die. No, that's the regular gameplay. That's how the regular gameplay should feel. But a super
that's what we feel about the multi-shot freaking multi-shot golden gun, right? Did you know? You probably don't. But the multi-shot golden gun has less range than a legendary hand cannon. That shot will straight up disappear without hitting anybody if you're too far away.
So when you're thunder crash, you can absolutely thunder crash and then not hit anybody because you've thunder crashed too long. Why is there? I mean, I understand I can't go forever, but why is there a distance limitation on the super thunder crash?
Isn't it because your super's going to run out of time?
I think that's what it does. But what they did before, you would hit the ground before you ran out of time. So it would cause the super to go off.
It would force you to the ground.
Fly. Yeah. Okay. Now they don't force you to the ground, but if that happens, it will just literally just turn off.
Yeah.
And you don't have anything.
And
I've seen Peroty do that. Peroty showed a clip where he was flying halfway across the map and I was waiting for the explosion and he just lands very gracefully on the ground. I'm like,
yeah, because I was playing Gambit. I invaded. I popped the thunder crash in Gambit. I had like their whole team in my sights, and I got there and just gracefully landed on the ground next to them. It's like this is a super. And of course, getting murdered by the whole team.
Bears is like this was not supposed to happen like this. This hardly ever happens to me, guys. I don't know what I was expecting. I swear this has never happened before. Right?
It's
oh goodness. But yeah, I mean, you left me with, let's say I was unsatisfied with that clip. I was just like, oh, here it comes, and dink. What the?
Yeah, no, nothing there.
Wait,
what? But like, I completely agree with Micah. Like, don't nerf things. We're already long past power creep. We're already past the point where there's even some level of balancing things out. Just kick it all up to 11. Like you literally gave us a subclass this season with the arc saying, we're going to make you run as fast as the animation will let us go.
Right.
Bring things up to be powerful. Bring them up so they're worth using. Like, I'm having fun with Arc, but it's not something I'm going to stick with because the supers are ridiculous. Like, it's not satisfying. You grab a burning maul or that shield, it's way more satisfying than either of your Arc supers.
Still like the Thunder Crash. I still do. And I will still keep playing the subclass because, honestly, it's letting me do things that I was not able to do before as being CQC. So I'll tell you my setup. Syntheseps. 100% all the way.
Now,
I
for
love
those of you that don't play Titan, what does that mean?
Syntheseps gives you the buff melee range. It also gives you surrounded for your melees. If there are if there are three
So
people
you
there,
mean AOE gives you AOE damage for a melee?
nope, nope. I'm
No.
not
No,
talking about. I'm
not
not
at
talking
all.
about the Doom Marchers. Doom Marchers are fun and they are effective,
Well,
but
when
they
you
are
said it
not
gives you surrounded, what does that mean?
The surrounded buff.
surrounded. Basically,
When you're surrounded, you get more damage. Oh, okay, gotcha.
you get more melee damage.
Okay,
So basically, my melee goes from 130 to 180. And if I get one keel while I have that buff with Syntheseps, then every last one of my melees is a one shot with the buffed melee range because I have on Syntheseps already. So it's nasty. Like I'll run into a group of people, kill one, they may get one melee off, and then I'll heal up from the next kill on melee, and then every other melee after that is a one shot kill. And it's so much fun. But that's just the icing on top. The creme de la creme, ballistic slam. 100%
well, what
ballistic
does that
slam.
do?
Ballistic slam is your missile ground pound where you just jump in the sky and you crash down. I have literally multiple times wiped teams on certain maps at the start of a match on control. Oh my, it is the most satisfying thing in the world. Like, what's the map? And I'll tell you my little secret map. I love this map, and I started the same way every time. I used to start it with Yelton because it was fun to get that one initial kill and just have them all be like, "Ugh," but no, this
Have them
shit,
be like, what? I need you to subtitle that.
ugh,
Oh,
it's
okay, I got you.
yeah, try to get that in there. Um, you, what is the name of the map? I think it's one of the Vex maps. It's in the daytime.
I know exactly which one you mean, where it's got that long middle corridor.
And you have the underground part, and then you have the part over there where there's that little circle like capture point on B.
I know exactly what you mean. I don't know what it's called. I'm trying to find it, but
Yeah,
I was like, as soon as you said, as soon as you were like, I know exactly where you are. I know exactly
the
what
one
map
where
you're going to
everybody
as well,
tries
so.
to snipe that little first little like that one little hallway right there because everybody meets right there. Everybody tries to snipe down that one to get one little pick.
That was the one with the waterfall?
No, wait.
Oh.
Does it have a waterfall? No, it doesn't have a waterfall.
No, it's one.
It's the one where the heavy's always underground on the underground in that little area. Like it's either gonna be on your right or left, and people rarely go into there. Like
distant shore.
Distant shore. That's what they call it. Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Is that the one? No. Shoot, no, that's not just. That's
no, that's the other one. Yeah,
that's the one where you can fall off the end on B.
Identical map is the one that looks just like that. As far as like the background, everything like that, the area.
Yeah, as far as the Vex, I'm trying to looking through the list, going, which one is this? And I'm sure someone in Respawn's Twitch is screaming at us, going, "Hey,
Not
it's
yet,
this, dummies."
T-Rex haven't said anything yet.
Well, we're
Do you know what I'm talking about, Respawn? Do you know which one we're talking about?
No,
He doesn't
I thought
play
you were
PvP.
talking
He has
about the
no
one
idea
with the waterfall in the back, where the heavy's always behind the waterfall. Because you said the long corridor, and right next to the waterfall is that long sniping corridor.
No. It's not a long corridor. It's actually one of the smallest maps in the game.
I know exactly which one it is. I can see it in my head, but I don't know the names of any maps in this game.
Okay.
That would be silly.
So while Respawn tries to figure out, because if you look up Distant Shore, like he said, then you'll know the other map, which is just like that we're talking about. Because it's the same
style, but it's what is this stupid name?
So on that map, it almost doesn't matter which side you spawn on, but once the match starts, I run to that corridor immediately, and once I step behind that,
no,
I don't remember the names of maps, honestly. But once you cut through that corner,
Endless Veil, that's on Nessus.
No,
that'd be a Vex one, Nessus, right? Yeah. So the only Nessus ones you're gonna have Cathedral of Dusk, which is on Saturn, right? You have Nessus, which is Distant Shore, and Endless Veil. Let me look up Endless Veil.
Endless Veil. That's what it is. That's one where B is out there on that
on that.
Yeah,
it's not
B is like out on the platform, and then like the other side is out like down in the the bottom there where the heavy spawns.
Yeah, there you go.
Which,
Found
if
it.
you don't know what,
Yay.
if you don't have a picture in your head, you have no idea what we're talking about. But it all makes sense if you've ever played on Endless Veil.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So on Endless Veil, once you get into that first little line hallway where people like to snipe, just chunk a storm nade. Anybody who sees you chunking that storm nade is going to move back away and duck back into cover
Run
while their
away.
team is capturing the first point. That gives you enough time because the storm nade is there and it's proccing. They're not going to try to push it immediately because it just gives them a little bit of hesitation, which is all you need.
Mhm.
You lunge up in the air, and when you come around that corner and have sights, you initiate your ballistic slam. You will guaranteed have 3 to 4 people sitting right there in one spot. When you hit that slam, you're wiping everything.
Oof.
A shot constantly, and then you have your one-shot melee and activated, and anything else within close distance that doesn't have a shotgun already ready to go, which more times than not they're not. I've killed entire teams at the start of maps like that so consistently on different maps using the same tactic. Ballistic slams at the seps is absolutely the way to go right now. Like, it is so.
Well, how do you kill the whole team if there's no AoE? What is the ballistic slam itself in AoE?
They're
Yep.
all no.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean
It
it's
is
AoE,
totally
but like think of. I mean, it's like everyone's standing shoulder to shoulder. Like everyone is standing holding hands next to each other.
Right.
It'd be the same thing if you dropped a good grenade there. Like they're all standing right next to each other, and that's why you can kill them all.
Yeah.
Because that's where everybody rolls out and like grabs their snipers or their scouts or whatever. They all sit there and get that initial volley off, and if you can hit that whole team, you will absolutely murder anybody
So
standing
you're
there.
taking advantage of that. They're watching down the line to see other people sniping and scouting them, and then all of a sudden, out of the corner, boom, Titan punch, and they're like,
Death,
ah,
no,
they're not
death from
expecting
above.
that.
Yeah, death from
Yeah,
above.
no, it's not the corner.
then-
It's from above you. It's death from above, smashing down on your face.
yeah.
Oh, so you're talking about the one that's got the left, the right, and then the middle is the ledge? That little spot?
Right.
I don't know.
Okay.
No, the middle
There-
point. The middle point.
There's a little there's a straightaway in the middle of that map.
Uh-huh.
When you spawn, it basically puts each team on each side of that straightaway, and
Yeah.
and I won't say everybody. Most people run to either side of that straightaway to stare at each other.
Okay.
If you come down that straightaway, you can smash into the other team. One
Like, I'm
Micah,
thinking
one
of the
day
PvP
you'll have to take Respawn into PvP so he can experience some of this for himself.
Oh no, he cons me into Iron Banana every now and again.
No, I will not con you into this one. Nope, I would not. I would not suffer you to do that. No. It is too much.
Friends
I
don't
will
let
actually-
friends play Iron Banana.
I will actually more happily and readily take you into trials, which I have,
Yeah.
than to take you into trials version 6v6. No. Oh my god.
So
No.
Respawn's gonna be playing trials this weekend. Is that what I'm hearing?
Oh goodness, this weekend
Or
is
next
only
week.
one more day.
Well, no, next weekend, not
Next
this
week.
weekend because it's Iron Banner, but the next weekend, which we'll
Maybe
get to.
I do need to get through some of this Crucible stuff.
Have fun. I'm not playing Iron Banner with you. I'm sorry. That's I
Not Iron
literally
Banner.
sat
No,
map.
not Iron Banner.
I sat through each match just like waiting for it to end, and I was like, "Please hurry up and get me my pinnacle so I can just quit this." Shit. I'm like, "How many matches I got left?" I'm like, 2 more matches. Like, no.
Speaking of which, right? Do you still have to do those stupid missions where it's like kill so many
Nope.
people with
Nope.
nades or no,
Nope.
none of that?
Nope.
Oh, that's good.
This is Night Demon. Just I'm going to take on behalf of Night Demon and just sigh disappointingly at you. That's been gone since the last season. That was gone last season.
I haven't played Iron Banana in a minute. Right?
I'm going to say it's at least 3 to 5 minutes. By your
The
time
last
zone.
time I played Iron Banana, you still had to get those
No,
4
this-
bounties, and you had to do those 4 bounties,
Right.
and then that additional bounty that would
And there's no light
go up in
level either.
tiers. You know,
Right.
There-
Right.
there's
You,
no
you
light
haven't
level.
played, but if only you were on a podcast that talked about this.
If
Every time
only.
Iron Banner comes up, if only Respawn had ever listened to the show he was on while he was on it, he too would know that there's no light level enabled.
I do know that. I know that.
There are 4 bounties you have to do, and it's basically go play matches.
See, have
Tuesday,
you ever-
Wednesday, Thursday, Friday of the week. It gives you more matches to play, and you go to the director. You move your little cursor over the Iron Banner thing, and it tells you here's how many matches you need to play, and each of one of those will give you a pinnacle just for free, just for showing up. You could run around and dance the entire map. and it will just give you things for showing up. You don't have to do well. You just have to play it, and it's for free pinnacles.
The only problem is it's 18 matches. You got to do 18 matches to get them all.
Yeah, so grab a friend, grab a drink, and dance around the map. Try to goad your teammates into emoting with you.
Go find an enemy. Bring your enemy into you.
Yeah, exactly. Find an opponent and try to get them to do an emote
I'll
with you.
do it with you, but I'm telling you, the only way I'm doing it with you, we're literally quitting every long range map and waiting for only the CQC maps. It's literally not worth playing if you're not doing a CQC map, because everybody's just gonna be sitting in the back sniping constantly. It's the pits. It's the stinky pits. So yeah. So I didn't think that the people could ruin Iron Banner, but they did it. I'm impressed.
Again, he said earlier, Bungie didn't ruin Iron Banana. The players did. Yeah. But okay, going back to the weapons. So you really like that Boudica-C. You gave me this whole spiel on the Boudica-C. And here comes Iron Banana. They're trying to say that this sidearm has got max range and slot, right? And it's supposed to be the best thing, and this, that, and the other. Huh?
It doesn't have the max range.
No, but that's what some of the people were saying. And that's why I wanted to get your opinion, because I don't have it, right? You said you had it, so I wanted to know.
Boudica-C can hit 98 range. 98. Now it may have the max. I don't know if it has rangefinder. I think Boudica actually has rangefinder on it too. I don't think it has rangefinder. But if the other one has rangefinder, then that may push the distance on that different. But as far as your stats, it does not get up to where Boudica-C gets. I don't believe. I don't think so. Because my Boudica-C is sitting at 93 range right now, and it's 93 range with 43 stability, or 78 range with 63 stability. I can run it either way, however I want to. So yeah, the Boudica-C is. Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Is that allowed? Yeah, I don't know.
No, it's not. Don't cut that out.
Boudica-C is the stuff. It's the stuff. Boudica-C is amazing. And I tried running it against my other sidearms, just comparing. Literally, honestly, I pulled out some old sidearms, and I was actually amazed at how freaking good they are. Like, you have the Fool's Remedy is still good, but there are some ones that go even further back than that, from the Vanguard, the Amalon, the Reburst Rapid Fire, not even Rapid Fire, but the sidearms from there, the Amalon sidearms, so good. Like, sidearms are still really freaking good. But the only thing that actually is more consistent than Boudica-C, but it doesn't have as much range, is the one from last Iron Banner, which I still love. Absolutely amazing. I'm forgetting the name of it.
That's the 3-round burst one, right?
No, the Fool's Remedy is the one from last Iron Banner.
That's the full auto, right?
That's the full auto one.
Hold on, let me go to my DM.
Yeah, I mean,
Fool's Remedy is great, but Peace Bond.
Oh, Peace Bond, yeah.
Okay. Peace Bond is still absolutely nutters. I love it. Accurized rangefinder with the swashbuckler is my role that I run with constantly. I have so many kills on that thing, like, for real.
You've already said it.
I almost did. I got like 600 kills on my Peace Bond after playing it like the past 3-4 seasons. Boudica-C, within the first 2 weeks, I stacked up 400 plus kills on the Boudica-C roll that I got, like, within 2 weeks. And then I got another one with Swashbuckler, and I've stacked maybe about 150 onto that one. So just how consistent and good it feels with this update, it's nasty. Boudica-C is absolutely a web worth grinding for.
Oh yeah, you can force out with it in PvP. Is this what I found out?
Where does the Boudica-C come from? Is it a world drop?
It is a world drop.
World drop that you can focus in the helm at the treasure map for the Hake weapons. Now, if your luck is as bad as mine, they'll give you about 8 rocket launchers, 16 scouts, and whatever other hockey weapons they can throw at you, including the one that you already can make in the foundry. Yeah, they'll throw those about you at a rate of 39 to 1. But you will eventually get a few rolls of it, and it is absolutely worth going for. Other weapons that are new to the foundry, the Pizza Cat, the Pizzicata, feels so good.
That's the sub, right?
Yep, the submachine gun feels so good. It's a Soros, and it feels so good. But I will say, running it side by side, switching from it to what is my baby called? Hold on, I have it right here. I'm just waiting on Dim to load it up. My multi-mock. It is nowhere near as good as multi-mock. Multi-mock is still the king of SMGs
for PvP.
Even without a origin perk, it's still the king. The consistency that you get with multi-mock, its ability to stay on that head, even though it has the same aim assist value, it literally just stays on that head just like butter. I don't know why.
100 recoil direction.
Yep.
Yeah. But
I've got two of them in the vault, and one of them I love and use, and it has 100 on it.
Mm-hmm.
You can get I've got the subsistence unrelenting on it.
Yeah.
And slaps an extended mag onto that thing. It's just beautiful.
I just got quick draw iron reach. It's not even the god roll that I wanted. It's just the best that I could get. With 75 range.
Doesn't iron reach increase your range but mess with your stability?
Yep. And I tell you, it don't matter.
Okay.
I have.
He said that with inflection.
I have 18 stability on my multi-mock, and that thing literally beams. It does not matter. I don't know what. There is a secret stat on multi-mock that just makes it so good. I was trying to think, what word could I say? I can't say any of them, but it makes it so good. And then I compared some others. I went back and whipped out what's it called? The Iron Banner Shire's Wrath. If you got a God Roll Shire's Wrath, it'll still slap right now over any other SMG. Like Shire's Wrath is still good.
So you're not a funnel web fanboy?
Funnel web is nice, but literally you take it weapon to weapon, not slot to slot. Funnel web is a good alter slot for multi-mock, but it's not as good as multi-mock. It's good, but it's not as good as multi-mock. Has something about it, a secret, it's like a secret ingredient in multi-mock. You don't know what it is. You just taste it. Whatever you're biting on, that you just taste it. Multi-mock doesn't feel that good. It feels good though, and it's not bad. But I will not lie to you. What beats funnel web right now? You may not think it, but when you get the right roll, out of bounds slaps funnel web. Backhand slaps.
I've been killed by so many out of bounds, and I don't know. I don't know what they've got on their rolls. Honestly, I'm just sort of looking at Dim telling me which rolls I should keep on to, but hang on to. But I mean, and that's the one that Iron Banner
out of bounds is an auto rifle, isn't it?
No, it's an SMG.
I'll tell you what role you want.
It's one that Iron Banner is handing out like candy this season.
Yep. So I'll tell you what role you want. Legit, hands down. You do not want anything else in that second perk but dynamic sway reduction. In third perk, sorry. Dynamic sway. You get dynamic sway, whatever else you get, play around with it, whatever else you get. But I promise you, in that third slot, dynamic sway, nothing's gonna beat it. In consistency, in the feel, heating up, you could get heating up, but the thing that I don't like, even playing in sixes, in heating up, if you're 1v1ing one person, okay, will heating up last until you get to that next person? Maybe not, but you still got to win that first fight while taking as little damage as you can, and then healing up before you get into your next engagement. So it's I'd rather have that dynamic sway reduction, guarantee that consistent first kill easily. Other things.
Can you get tap the trigger on it?
Yes.
So
that's
okay. So wouldn't dynamic sway tap the trigger be the best, because tap the trigger is upfront stability, dynamic sway is back end stability.
That is my god roll.
Yeah.
I'm telling.
I've got one with that. So you're telling me I should go play with it some?
Does it have a range masterwork on it?
It does not. It has a reload speed masterwork.
That's almost god tier.
So
try it out.
It's a lesser god.
It's a demigod.
Yeah,
Pull out. If you have a god roll on the web, pull out that and play around with it half of the match, and then pull out the dynamic sway and compare that, and give it a little leeway because you know you're going to have less range than the funnel web if you don't even have that range masterwork. Give it a little leeway with that, but just for the overall feel, how it stays with your target and locks onto that head and gets those crits, give it a feel. I'm telling you.
Now, for the multi-mock, right? The role that I have is I have one for all, fire grip, accurized rounds with a stability masterwork. That's not the. What are you looking for in a multi-mock to make that
range?
My range is only 52 on mine.
Yeah, that's middle of pack, basically.
Really? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's the only one that I've got. And you're talking about out of bounds now?
I've got a decent PvE roll on that. I don't have a very good PvP roll in the multi-mock, and that is one. The multi-mock, if you're looking for it, you can't. It's out of the game right now, so go play some Iron Banner for out of bounds rolls.
Yeah.
And although by the time you hear this,
PvP period for out of bounds, it's the closest thing you'll get to multi-mock right now. Not in terms of range, but in terms of consistency. It's so good. And plus, on top of that, with those two perks, you can have, say, tap the trigger with golden tricorn, which is actually very good. Not tap trigger, but dynamic sway with golden tricorn, which is also very good. Or keel clip. You can have a plethora of rolls, and you can try them all out. But I'm telling you that full bore, high cow, dynamic sway, tap the trigger with a range masterwork, max range on that thing is 62. You will not be mad about it. You will be happy with it.
But range is good, but do you have the stability so that you're not bouncing all over the place at that range?
I'm telling you.
I'm asking you.
It works. You won't, if you get into a match like crossways with a hand cannon or like a scout, you'll lose because you're not within range, even if you do have extended range. But if you get within your general optimal range, you will beat them out because it literally beams. Like with those perks, it beams.
SMGs are not the SMGs of old, where you had to be like holding hands with someone to hit them with an SMG. Now they are tiny, fast-firing hand cannons. The range is ridiculous. The accuracy is ridiculous. SMGs are a viable thing. It's like everything is a recluse now. It used to be, you could have one good SMG, but no one really used them. SMGs are very different. If you haven't played PvP in a while, SMGs are in a very different place from where they used to be. I'm continually sort of impressed at the range I am killed by somebody with an SMG.
Yeah.
Where normally it's like you would need an auto rifle to hit with that, rate of fire and that speed from that range.
Yeah,
not really.
That's exactly what I was gonna say. I felt the same way the first time I played PvP after Shuraya's Wrath came out, and I was like, "Oh my god, dude! What the hell?"
And I got an auto rifle, and you're beating me out. I got a scout.
Yes, they beat me, and I had a pulse.
Exactly.
I had a pulse rifle, and they beat me at range.
You stand no
chance. Me first. I was like,
that's why I've been experimenting with the SMGs because I've got obviously a selection of. Normally, I would run pulse auto rifle because I've got a summoner that I am madly in love with from when the affair with the Gnawing Hunger ended. But now it's like you need an SMG to compete. Like honestly, like I've run some matches shotgun SMG for super close range and just kind of close range because nothing else competes.
Yeah, it's really good as long as you're not within that shotgun range. It's really freaking good.
Yeah.
I mean, the only thing that I
Sidearms are in that same spot. Like the Sidearms SMGs are in that same like mid-range, absolute ridiculous time to kills.
Yeah, the only thing that I'll say can compete with SMGs, in the terms of automatic weapons, is the Scathe Lock, the Chroma Rush if you got a good one, and the the Summoner. Those are the only things that I would take against the SMG. I may not pick it over the SMG, but I can take the SMG, and that fight will be really close, especially if I keep them within a good range. But yeah.
See, I'm a
Yeah,
big
might just give
fan
it a
of the
chance.
submission. Right? Have you tried that? Because
Bet
like
you are.
whenever
I
I bring it
just
into PvP, I'm sorry, PvE, right?
uh,
It is a laser beam. Now, granted, it's only got 34 range. Mine only has 34 range on it. But I've crafted it with subsistence and frenzy, and it is a laser beam, dude. With 60 stability, 100 recoil direction, 70 handling, and 58 aim assist. It's just like it just deletes whatever's in front of it, right?
I
And again,
finally got my red
that's
box for that.
PvE.
Mhm.
But I mean, if it's that stable, I would assume it would be good in
What is it?
PvP.
600, 750 RPM?
It's a
What is it?
900.
900?
Yeah,
You sure?
yeah, I'm looking at it.
All right. I have to try it again because something about the sights on that, it just completely turned me off. Like I tried
Oh,
to
the
just
sights are the best. What are you
Yeah,
talking
there's
about?
yeah, there's some weapons where I'm like, it's just like the sound that the graviton lance makes. I love that weapon, but I can't use it for the stupid sound. Some of the sights, it's like you either vibe with it or you don't.
yeah,
Right.
and it like some weapons, like I'll use a weapon and it takes me too long to adjust to it, and I have to stop using because I'm like, no, it feels weird. Like when I'm seeing with certain weapons, it feels like my head is like my neck is breaking
Oh,
because the way it
actually,
feels
I
while
get
I'm trying to aim with
44
it just
range with this
just
thing.
doesn't feel right.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
it's just weird.
yeah, and some of the sights, especially on some of the newer weapons, are just crazy. Like you go to ADS and it's like, why are we doing
Oh,
this?
I see the sight because it looks like a wireframe that's like a coat hanger somebody just bent into a circle. Okay, I could see
Yeah,
that.
it's just it's weird, dude.
Yeah.
It
Actually,
just
it's
throws me.
94. I don't have the masterwork on this thing yet. Let me see what the range would be if I put a master back.
I'll tell you, like one weapon, literally, I almost felt like I was having a seizure while I was playing with it, and it took me so long to get used to it because I love
Yeah.
sidearms, and I know it's the best sidearm in the game, but I just could not use it. Traveler's Chosen. Oh my God!
Mm,
Because if you've taken Traveler's Chosen and shot with it ever before in your life, the way that it kicks while you're shooting, it
Yep.
feels like you're having a seizure. Like, and it just feels so weird, and you can't tell where you're aiming because the weapon pops up 90 degrees where you're just doing like this, like look like you're hitting yourself in the forehead with the gun. It just feels so weird when you're shooting it. And the only way I actually I could not get a kill with it at first. I started playing my Boudica C, and after it felt so good, I was like, let me go ahead and give the Traveler's Chosen, and I within a week, I racked up 200 kills on the Traveler's Chosen,
wow.
and I'm just like, dude, I'm like, okay, I'm like, I'm adjusted now. I'm like, I see what they're talking about. Yep, this too good. It's really freaking good.
So
But
Put
the
in my
way it,
training time, and now I understand.
yeah,
what's good range on a sub? Because the submission that I just crafted, because I didn't even realize I didn't even have a masterwork on it yet. So I just gave it a masterwork of range, right? So it's got 44 range with 60
that's
stability
not
and 70 handling and 58 aim assist, right?
good. I don't
So
like
it's
when SMG running 44 range is not good.
no,
No,
even if it's like a laser beam.
you want as much. The thing is that makes SMG so good
Hmm.
is they can be really hella consistent after that update that made them more stable.
Okay.
With less stability, they can be more consistent in hitting those headshots. If you pop on a bunch of range on that, now you're hitting consistent headshots from far away, and
Okay.
that's what makes them deadly. So if you don't have range on the SMG, then you have to be basically within sidearm distance in order to secure that kill because you'll be hitting 11s instead of hitting 19s and 20s. And you don't want to do that with an SMG because a sidearm will pop you for 30s to 50s. Yeah, you'll lose that fight.
Yeah, the
Well,
So
sidearms
you
are
need to
too
have,
rough.
the same gun can get up to 64 range, but then you drop the stability down to 35. Now,
yeah, you could drop down to 0. You want that range as high as you can get it,
well, what's the
especially
highest range you can get on an SMG?
which one?
Surprise
Out of
me. Like
bounds,
what are you looking for range wise on an SMG when you're looking
over 50.
over 50?
With, as high over 50 as I can get.
Okay.
Like I go
So
literally
your
SMG.
Picasso, what does that got? Your Picasso
62.
has 62. Okay. All
That's
right.
the
This
max
is
range it can get.
this is probably where I should point respawn to DestinyMassiveBreakdowns.com. because they have a weapon stats spreadsheet there that can tell you all the weapons and all the spreadsheets and all the stats that you can get on different things
Let's go.
with comparisons.
Okay, so my pizza
Compare that
cutter,
to the-
my pizza cutter's
compare-
got 55 range and 67 stability. That's pretty good.
No.
No?
What
You
are you
just said
doing?
anything over 50.
Are you playing PvP or PvE?
Okay.
Well,
now,
if I go into PvP, I need to know what I can take with me.
you're not
Range.
okay. First off,
don't take that. You'll
first off,
win one or two.
you're not going to PvP, so it doesn't matter. And as this has become, let's build respawn a weapon.
Oh, I'm gonna take him in. I'm gonna take him in PvP.
Parody's trying to say that he wants to move on. Is what's happening.
Well, I'm saying you two can build all the weapons you want.
Sure.
Not
Right,
on my
right.
time.
Yeah,
Because at some point, I've got things to do the rest of this day, unfortunately.
Yep.
Yeah, and as much as I would like to teach Respawn how this game works, that's Micah's job.
Sir, I find that offensive and accurate.
Yeah, it's entirely
anything
accurate.
anything else on the docket, Peroty?
Yeah, we
Oh,
didn't even start the
getting through
club yet.
Which I mean, just getting through the trial, which is not really very much. I was like, this will be short. It'll be like an hour in and out, and here we are, like an hour. Which, to be fair, is how every week goes. Every week starts this way. It's like, oh, this isn't gonna be much. There's not that much there. And 3 hours later, we look around and going, how did we get here?
Uh-huh.
Hey, we were talking about the new Mar-a-Lago raid that's coming out. I'm excited for it.
It's gonna be good times.
You're being weird. Okay.
Next season.
The Mar-a-Lago raid coming
It's
out.
dropping with the Wakanda update. It'll be fine.
The Wakanda update. Oh, that one. Oh, now I remember.
Can't tell me
what?
it's
I'm shocked
Can't tell me
Respawn
it's
doesn't
not
know what
Wakanda.
I'm talking about.
I
Like,
know what
I'm
you're
not-
talking about, like politically speaking, but we try to avoid that on the show because
I
we have
know, but it's
differing opinions.
real life. It's a raid, and Destiny all about raids. It's like, come on.
Right.
It's
Yeah,
it's
but
hot.
like, what were you comparing it to? Was my question. I know in real life.
Oh, raid?
Oh my god. Moving on.
Father's raiding. Come on. There's something in the raids worth getting.
Right. All right. So we have freaking. Okay, so we have the new weapons, obviously, with season 18, and we're talking about the horse of destiny, right? He's changed his weapons that he's going to give you. Now they all have origin perks.
Yeah, they have origin perks. It's the same weapons. They just have origin perks, and now they're craftable. So
Nope, they have
More
different perks on them too.
rolls.
Some of them have different perks now.
ooh.
Like the BXR battle rifle, you can get with incandescent now. I don't think you could before.
Yeah, that's pretty nutty. That's pretty
yeah, you can also craft. Yeah, and get them on the craft too. And
Mhm.
Now, one thing that I don't know if you guys know and the fans know, because I sure didn't know, but if you are lucky enough to get the other half, the purple sword, you only have to get one, and it will be a guaranteed red border, and you will be able to craft it immediately after that. Because I got my one this week, and it was a red border, and I crafted it. And after the fact, I saw a video that says, yeah, no, if you manage to get it, Bungie guarantees it will be a red border, and you only need the one to craft it.
you can thank Paul Tassi for that. I'm going to call that the Paul Tassi update.
Yeah. I wonder if he's got it yet, actually. Hey, Paul, look. You only need the one. Yes, but I got to get the one first, right?
Yeah.
Uh,
You have to play the RNG to get a drop.
um,
So what's interesting is do you have the old Dares weapons, and did they get updated with the new origin trait?
I
perk on them?
do have the old ones. Let me check to see if they got upgraded. Updated.
Nope.
I mean,
Yeah.
Nope.
Because you know what they did update?
they
All
did
of my Gambit weapons.
Oh.
All of my lovely old Gambit weapons.
That's because they know you're not gonna go play Gambit again, so they're like, just give it to them.
Blasphemy, sir. Blasphemy.
Oh, he likes Gambit.
Blasphemy.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, no, I don't love Gambit. I just want that
Not you,
Jade
him,
shader.
and I do.
Oh, okay.
Gambit's not bad.
Well, I just want the Jade shader. I really want that Jade shader. Seriously, I really, 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 really want it.
Gambit is a horde mode. Pick up your weapon bounties, go into Gambit, and finish your weapon bounties. That's all you should use it for. That's why it exists. It's just a horde mode to get kills with.
I want the shader, the Jade shader. That's all I want.
This is an old one that I had.
Well, you gotta play the activity to win the rewards.
I tried,
No,
but it's
they
taking
did
so
not
long.
backwards
No,
compatible.
You're not doing it right.
Okay. All right.
So-
Next time you're in there, let me know, and I'll go in there with you.
So to answer your
I'm
question,
just getting
Parody,
over this week.
they did not backwards
I've built my tail
compatible
this season.
the weapons.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
I
well,
told you that. I was telling you
Yeah,
that.
no,
I said,
that's yeah.
they're
That's one of the questions we had before the season started. Is like, are they going to update them? So with the Gambit perks, they did probably because it was just swap out this origin trait and put in the new one because they just changed it. Versus the Dare's weapons, they gave an origin trait too. So if you were thinking, oh, I've got my Battler, my Wastelander, I'm just slap the, have the new trait on it. No, you aren't.
Negative.
Zur and the Horse demand you go and pay tribute and go run those activities many more
Correct.
times.
And I have the god roll that I wanted with Adrenaline Junkie and Demolitionist. Now I got to go farm that roll all over again.
Or you could just keep that roll and keep that weapon. It's so perfectly good.
Yeah, but it doesn't have an origin trait. I mean, then again, the origin trait is only hot swap, so I'm not missing out.
Yeah, I was like, does the origin trait even give you anything? What does hot swap even do?
Switching to this weapon while you're damaged strongly increases its handling for a short duration. Unless it's a sword. Then the sword gets increased charge speed, guard resistance, and guard endurance instead.
Also not worth it. Who guards?
Yeah.
Anyway. That's not worth getting a new one for.
Fair enough. So, that being said, what do you want to talk about?
So, have you pre-ordered your Lightfall Collector's Edition yet? Get your fancy Puka statue?
Nope. I got the regular $100 cheapo version. Cheapo. The pleb $100 version.
Rich boy over here.
Yeah.
You got the same thing. Shut up.
No, I don't. I didn't buy it. I told you. That's
you said you had the auto rifle.
No, I don't.
Oh.
I just told you that it actually does arc damage, even though it's kinetic.
Yep, those rockets shoot arc. And it re-enabled itself in PvP.
That was funny.
Because it does what it wants. It's the new Telesto, and I am here for it.
Absolutely.
Wait, how did they disabled it for PvP?
Yeah, because the grenades are doing more damage.
They disabled it in raids and dungeons first, and then Gambit in PvP.
Because, how much damage are they doing?
An extra 150%.
The grenades are basically like that alternate grenade mode is basically a heavy grenade launcher. So it was doing the extra 150% damage. Remember when they turned off all the heavy grenade launchers because they were doing 150% damage?
The grenade one-shot people.
Yeah, so apparently it sees that as a heavy grenade. So yeah, it was doing all the damage. Yeah, in addition to the arc homing rockets, which is just
I honestly
I took that thing to a lost sector
using a grenade. Honestly, from that thing.
Yeah. No, I mean I don't. I mean, it's fun in PvP, but I don't think the grenade is where it's at. But I took that thing to a lost sector, and I now am the king of Bunker E15. I own that place.
It's so good, especially this season with auto rifles having the shield piercing. Oh goodness,
it was ridiculous.
But you were talking about
I actually whipped out a Laments a little while ago, and I was like, "Ooh, this feels so good on solar." Oh yeah.
Oh, that's
Lament is actually, it's not broken anymore as far as the damage, but it is still freaking good. Whip it out and relearn how to play with it.
It's still the go-to in DSC. It's still the go-to DPS weapon in DSC. But yeah. So, if you have the money, and you know who you are in the chat because you always get this, you always get this stuff. The Lightfall Collector's Edition will help Guardians understand the minds of our enemies and hope for what's to come, gain insights from Empress Kydal into Callus's psyche, study Ikora's notes about Osiris's vision of hope on Neptune, and above all else, to get your own Puka. Now, what's cool about the Puka is that the Puka is LED. It's like an LED lamp kind of Puka. So that's kind of dope. Even though it's a ghost, but not a ghost. Whatever. The Collector's Edition includes a digital code for Lightfall plus the annual pass, but if you just want the physical goods, we've got you covered with a no-game code version of the Collector's Edition. Each version will include a gorgeous Puka statue, it has LED lights, a letter from Zavala, and a whole assortment of goods to prepare you for upcoming battle. But just watch this video and see for yourselves so you can get one before they are gone. Also, that letter from Zavala better have it read to you in his voice. Otherwise, what's the right?
It does not, because it's a letter.
It could be a digital letter.
It's a letter, although... Yeah. So they have the whole fancy collector's edition version that Respawn's bought 3 of is $250.
Oh, not me.
The no code version is $150, and then the code version with the season would be $100. So there's no benefit to buying different pieces of it. You're not going to get any for any cheaper. It's just they've broken it out. If you want all the extra things without the code because you've already gotten it or won it or whatever. And the Puka is the fancy little ghost, not a ghost fish thing that we were all saying. What is that and why does it exist? So you can have your very own one if you are so inclined.
In game, can we have a ghost and a Puka? I want them both. One on each shoulder.
once you have your cloud striker, was it cloud striker, or that the exotic? What were they called? Were they cloud striders? Cloud striders. Once you have your cloud strider guardian, then you can have a puka.
Oh, the Cloud Strider, yeah. They're not guardians. You don't confuse people. The guardian-ish.
Just let me play them. Let me play them. Let me be a Cabal Phalanx. Like, come on, like, give me more playable characters. Let's go.
I thought you wanted to be a Fallen or an Elixir. That's right. You wanted to be Elixir, I thought.
I mean, I'll take whatever I can get. I'll take the extra arms. I'll take the giant chain gun and beefy armor and like big giant solar shield. Like, I'm not picky.
See, that's what they should have as a Titan.
Being strong
if
and
you're
powerful.
gonna pick Titan, you don't need big shoulders. You need to be a Cabal, right? That's a Titan. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Absolutely. And then Hunters are a dredge.
Have y'all talked about like the new things that are coming in Lightfall as far as the classes and what they can do and blah blah blah?
Well, everybody knows, first of all, and if you don't know this, now you do. If you didn't already hate Warlocks, here's a reason to hate them. Every time you've been killed by the Architects for the last 9 years of Destiny, it was a Warlock doing it. Just so you know. Because the new class in the upcoming DLC, the Warlock's new ability is called the Architect. So every time you've been killed by the Architects, look to your local Warlock and say, dude, why? Why would you do this to me? Do I owe you money?
Which was irritating because when you were erupting in Iron Banner Eruption, and you had to continue to get kills to keep that streak going to stay alive. When you died from the eruption, it says you were killed by the Architect. So the Warlocks are out there just sniping you, going, "Hey, you were doing well, and now you've stopped, and now you're dead. Goodbye."
Warlocks doing Warlock things. Goodness gracious! What is their ability in the new one? So the Titans got the drill arms. Hunters have the Queen Eye with chain. What is the Warlocks?
Magic missile.
Is that what it is? Okay.
Yeah. They reach in. They reach into the abyss and pull out magic missiles and murder you.
Oh. Well.
But the Titans get big claw arms or whatever.
Drills. Drills.
Can I say that I'm actually kind of disappointed?
Why? You don't have another range?
You're extremely disappointed
because it's kind of lame. It from the look of it looks kind of lame, and I didn't see anything about it that makes me think, oh, this is totally not lame.
So first of all,
unless hold on with my caveat. Unless it literally has the brokenness and the lunge capacity and range of like an Arc Strider, then I'll be like, okay, this is kind of lame, but it's really good.
Like a gloriously delicate ballerina. Did you not see?
Knowing Destiny, it will be 5 meters.
You T-pose and spin like a top. You're graceful.
You're a ballerina. The shortest of arms and always will.
You're Beyblade.
The melee class, and we have the shortest melee. For us to be the melee class, and we have the shortest melee range. I mean, I find that perplexing, though.
You're the what class? What?
We're the melee class, and we have the shortest melee range. I find that perplexing.
Leading into the fantasy part of the power of fantasy.
Well, no, now if you charge it up, you have the longest range of anybody else. But you have to charge it first. Does that not count?
You have to sit still and say, hold on a minute, guys. Wait, just give me a second. Hold on.
Time out. I'm gonna hit you. Just
man. Wait, put that shotgun away. Wait.
Okay. It only takes a second. Like I'm using it in PvE, and it only takes about a second.
It's one.
It's
3 seconds.
Please look up the list of weapons that kill in over a second versus under a second, and you'll see why that's very silly.
I'm not saying stand in front of
someone with a shotgun and
charge it. Obviously, you have to charge around a corner or something, but
it's 1, 2, pop. Like it takes 3 seconds to fully charge that thing to kill a guardian.
The only way to use 3 seconds is to bait someone around a corner into it.
Yeah, and I can't tell you how many times. Okay, no. Wait, I'll say maybe 3 or 4 times. I can't tell you
how many times, but I'm going to tell you how many times.
Let me say this first. 3 or 4 times I've stepped around a corner, didn't know that a Titan was there, and I wasn't paying attention, and then I just got caught in one because I was just running around a corner, didn't even know someone was there. I thought it was a Warlock or something. I was like, oh, it was a Titan. Okay, whatever. Right. I didn't get mad about it. I was like, oh, okay, all right, good job. Whatever. You use your melee one time in the whole game that you're ever going to get it off. I'm not mad. Whatever.
Right. Exactly.
It's going to be back in 30 seconds, and you're never going to get another one off.
I want to know how potent the exotic that goes with that is, right? Like, so
I'll touch that for you. So, but let me finish what I was saying.
Okay.
And I can't count how many times I've had someone charging it. I jump out from behind the corner and they're still charging it while I'm shooting them in their head. And then they release it and then they whiff while I'm standing still. I'm like, dude, I'm right here. I'm like shooting you in the head. I mean, honestly, the roar, the slam for solar is 9 times better, 10 times better. It's just better.
Oh
Period.
no, the solar is the only thing that made playing a Titan not miserable. Is your solar wall of death? I'll give you that. That was just when, like, before Solar 3.0, I hated playing a Titan. Solar 3.0 came out, I still hated playing a Titan, but at least I could throw a wall of death.
You're talking about in general. I'm talking about PvP. PvP, it was okay. You could get some things, but it was only okay in PvP. It wasn't terrible, but it was okay. Now, as far as the exotic is trash. It's trash. It was
cannon
busted.
bracer or whatever.
Yeah.
I've gotten it now, and I've never used it because I was like, why? Because what is this? Yeah, point contact cannon brace. Defeat targets with your thunderclap melee restores your melee energy. That assumes you can defeat them. Targets near you when you use the thunderclap suffer lightning strike. Being amplified increases the range of the lightning strikes.
Right. That was my concern. How devastating are these lightning strikes? Is it
It's
enough
not,
to
because
deter a guardian
they're not.
from hitting you?
They tickle you now.
Really?
They only.
Yeah,
I don't know how much damage they do. No one has even used them in PvP because
Right.
it's like it doesn't even kill.
Yeah,
It doesn't even kill a dreg. Okay.
It's not worth it.
It does not even kill a dreg.
All right. You're never going to hear me say this again, but I think that exotic definitely needs a buff. Because if you're going to have an ability that supposedly takes 3 seconds to charge, you need a deterrent so that you can charge that ability. And having lightning strikes come down that hurt people trying to kill you is definitely that deterrent. I think that lightning strike should do the same amount of damage as a lightning grenade's pulse, right?
Yeah.
That it should be that.
Do something.
It should be that threatening. Like if you see him charging, you see those lightning bolts come down, you rethink your decision to approach that Titan. You know.
It also gives away the fact that he's charging. But I mean, if you jump in front of him, I mean, it'd just be, oh well, just let him do the charge and then move in and shoot him afterwards because he's going to have his recover animation.
Yeah.
But the lightning's supposed to come out after he's done, after he shoots, not while he's charging. I don't know, but whatever it is, they nerfed it before it even came out. So
Yeah.
No,
it was
that needs
really
to be more
good
threatening.
and broken.
Definitely.
But
Yeah, it was broken when they released it. They disabled it. They nerfed it, and then they brought it back.
Well, do you know what was broken?
And you know what's worse about it? You know what's worse about it? Oh, it could one shot a
Everything.
player. No, not every. No, basically, but it could one shot. It could one shot without charging. You just throw the shot out. And
Okay.
kill.
Yeah.
But
But
not the
that's
lightning
actually
strike.
not.
Not the lightning strike. We're broken.
No, but the lightning strikes afterwards would do good damage to other people as well.
Okay.
So, and the way that it would one shot, it's not that the charge would one shot. You would hit them, but then after you hit them, a lightning strike would come down and hit that same person that you hit, and then kill them. That's what would make it a one shot. So it wasn't a one shot per se. It was just the after effects killed them. But then they nerfed the after effects and didn't do anything for it. Like the way that it read, you would think, okay, and I think the way it read before, I don't know, I can't remember because I didn't get to use it, was after you use your melee, if you kill something, it refunds you melee energy.
Right.
You're thinking, oh, okay, skull fort. So it's basically the skull fort for
No.
that because you can't use it.
No,
No,
it says
it
energy,
just
so it
gives
gives
you-
you a chunk. Yeah.
Yeah, it does not even give you a chunk. It gives you a sliver.
Does that sliver go up the longer you charge it, or the more people you kill with it?
It goes up the more people you kill, but you have to kill a significant amount of people
Right.
in order to get
See, that
even a
doesn't sound too
third.
broken. Even
even a
pre-nerf.
third of energy. Like you have to kill a lot of people just to get a third. Like literally, I'm telling you,
Mm.
it's so minuscule the amount of energy you get.
Right,
from
no,
killing
no,
someone.
I get that. What I'm saying though is pre-nerf, you guys are saying that you could charge up and it wouldn't kill the guardian, but the lightning strike afterwards would. right?
Pre-nerf, it would like go across the room and kill you at 15 meters and
All right, never mind.
reach out.
All right, I was gonna say that sounds so bad.
No.
But-
Like they released it broken in the way that heavy grenade launchers.
Yeah,
Like
guys.
I don't know what's I don't remember exactly what's what they tweaked about it to make it completely overpowered. But I'm sure there's a Cheese Forever video out there somewhere
It was
that we probably talked
basically
about.
It was basically a Dune Marchers. That's all it was. It was basically a standstill Dune Marcher, pre-nerf. That's all it was. So it was not that broken.
So it wasn't
It
even
was
that
just Dune
ridiculous.
Marcher. Yeah,
They
no,
were just like
because Dune Marchers were way more not ridiculous, fun back then.
Yeah,
Dune Marchers were so much fun.
Even those they've reined in and have a power fantasy, but only very carefully. Don't hurt anyone.
Yeah, not too much fantasy now.
No,
don't want you to bust one.
See, it kind of reminds me of the resolved issues that aren't resolved yet, but will be resolved next week, right?
All right, everyone. Thank you for joining us this week for our player support report. We have Mithrax here sweeping slowly in the corner. But it's another week, and we have another report from our player support team with a few notes about some of the issues that were resolved and a handful of known issues to report, because it wouldn't be the game if some things weren't broken and some things weren't fixed. So next week, no, not now, but next week, hotfix 6.2.0.3 will be released into the world, and it will resolve the following issues. So again, Respawn, these aren't fixed right this moment, but it will be maybe by the time you hear this episode sometime next week. Viewing the Valhund exotic ornament in the Eververse menu will no longer incorrectly tell players who own the 6th Coyote that they do not own the exotic armor piece. The charged melee key binding no longer functions inconsistently with the Titan Thunderclap melee when in close range of enemies, and the Storm Trance will now correctly increase its damage over time when attacking, maybe making it feel a little bit stronger to use. There is an issue with 120 Hz. Support for the 120 Hz option in the Crucible is in PS5 only, is currently unavailable due to an issue. It will be available again in a future update. So sorry PS5 folks, your 120 Hz in the Crucible, no longer a thing you have right now. And the rest of the known issues that Bungie is investigating, reports of players unable to access Destiny 2 on the PS4 as a whole. So sorry PlayStation, you either can't play the game or you can't play the game with as many hertz as you would like to. Sometimes players can spawn outside the room when fighting the War Priest. The Rift Lost Sector is missing triumphs and incorrectly lists the shields present. The Robes of Nezarec loses its resonance effect when an ornament is applied to Nezarec's sin. Now the robes of Nezarec loses its resonance effect when an ornament is applied to Nezarec's sin. The Arms of Optimacy ornament has misplaced geometry around it. The Dawn Chorus exotic still does not appear in collections. The Expedition activity doesn't show any stats in the activity summary. The Xenology exotic quest isn't counting progress in playlist activities. That's the one that Zerg gives you to earn another engram by playing, I think it's 21 playlist activities. It's not, so you can't. And your repeatable star chart bounties can continue to be purchased when players have a full quest inventory. So don't know where they go, probably into the abyss, but you're just spending a liver you don't need to spend. And that is our full list of known and emergent issues, and a list of what Bungie is going to fix with the hotfix next week. Not this week, haven't had one this week, but next week those things will be fixed.
Cool. So what about Titans of the Week? So deal with that yet?
So actually this Titans of the Week, the best melee ability in Destiny history, is a real-time experience of what using Thunderclap is like. So it's very authentic. And then we have a lovely short film animation of our Savior and Titan Dad, Saint 14. Both of these are Deacon approved, by the way. The first one being 34 seconds in our Saint 14 movie, 2 minutes 22 seconds. And then we have a lovely art comic of the week. And I'm not entirely sure what is happening with the squid tentacle thing over the no time to explain. Oh, Arc Eel. Okay, Arc Eel and friends. Warlocks can summon so many little pals. So there's the turret, there's the Arc Buddy, there's the Child of the Old Gods, and apparently someone has decided that the Warlocks need an Arc Eel as well that holds the no time to explain, which, yeah, sure, give it to them. That sounds great.
Nope. Disagree.
And then that's a wrap of the 12 Guardians. Stay crafty, says Sam.
Then we have apparently a Respawn Freeport roundup. Doesn't look like it's very long, so we'll just zip on through here.
Respawn reports.
We have D1 Alpha Vet says happy. Oh, before I start this, disclaimer, okay? Because I've run across this in a lot of raids this week. All of you people that are freaking out about a div nerf, knock it off. All right? There's been
Use
one
the sweet business.
streamer. Huh?
If people think things are too easy with the divinity, go run sweet business. Make it a challenge for yourself.
Right. Right. But getting back to that, one streamer who's in the 1% of the 1% had a complaint about it, right? This guy who hasn't seen sunshine in a year is saying that divinity makes things too easy. And one person says this, right? Everybody else, up to and including Datto and Astacross, disagree with this. All right. So there's not going to be a nerf. Bungie said nothing about a nerf. Bungie hasn't hinted at anything about a nerf when it comes to divinity. They haven't even mentioned that it's even in the works, right? It might be, but nobody said this except that one streamer. So stop freaking out and talking about divinity nerf is coming. Oh, the streamers are trying to. No, a singular streamer has a problem with it. The other ones, as far as I can tell, at least the ones that I subscribe to, disagree with them, right? So please, in the raids, stop with this whole doing the raid, know what to do, hurry up before divinity gets nerfed or whatever. It's not getting nerfed anytime soon, not as far as anybody's said. All right, chill out, calm down, stop panicking. You're making a mountain out of a molehill. So,
and even if they do, then something else will rise to prominence. Again,
yeah.
They're not going to. It's not a thing. But guys, welcome to Destiny. Something gets nerfed, something rises to prominence. That's how all of this works. But yeah, there are things in the game that make the mechanic too easy. And if you're a professional player who has, I don't know, won a world's first 3 times in a row, yeah, it may be easy for you, but not for the rest of us.
Yeah. And
So
they're all
don't
like,
worry
"Oh,
about it.
he said it, so it's coming." No, he didn't say. He complained about it. That's a difference.
He is not a Bungie employee.
He's not.
He does not speak for Bungie. He's expressing an opinion like the rest of us do. Yeah, take it with a grain of salt and move on with life.
Mhm. So now that I've said that little thing, so you guys can relax a little bit, and then we're gonna move on. So D1 Alphabet says, "Happy 8-year anniversary to the greatest and last video game ever created, Destiny. When did you start playing Destiny, and what kept you playing?" Just it's a Twitter thing. You can talk to them if you want to. Next is Tom at Braytech Help says, "Titans Thunder Crash already strong." So I guess they didn't listen to you guys' conversation earlier. Hunters Gathering Storm Arcstaff you can throw. Warlocks, lol, no one plays them. Don't worry about it. I'm sure Stormtrance has enough super defense in its current sandbox. Lol, nobody plays them.
I saw that after trying to play my Warlock in Iron Banner and being like, yeah, no, I'm sure it'll be fine. No one's looked at this. I'm sure it'll be perfect.
Yep. Bungie Help says, to help alleviate ongoing latency issues, we have made the following matchmaking adjustments to the Crucible control playlist. They have lowered allowable latency thresholds for matchmaking and allowed for wider skill ranges to matchmake sooner. So yes, those of you who have just started playing the game, you're going to get paired against people like ZK Mushroom and his clan.
No, you're not. No, stop it. Quit it. No. You don't even play PvP. You wouldn't know to begin with.
I said those. I didn't say us. But I have been matching against ZK Mushroom before inside of not regular PvP, what's called Trials. Yes, and it was by himself. He wiped my team in under 30 seconds. It was crazy.
Well, yeah, that's Trials. You don't step onto the basketball court with Michael Jordan. You don't play Trials against ZK Mushroom. It just isn't done.
That's right. Paul Tassi says, "I will switch back for Gold Month in a minute, but the new Crucible shader goes extremely hard." And he's got this picture of it right here. If you say so, it's got little blood tips on it. Yeah, this is what he's talking about. Little bloody colors all over it. But yeah, if you don't know, go gold for Child Cancer Awareness Month. That's what everybody's doing. So just
Yeah,
if you care about that
a lot of bright gold guardians running around, that's why.
Yep. All of us D2 creators should. All of us. Oh, this is from Tony, by the way. Tony 100. All us D2 creators should full send 4-stack competitive Gambit pubs for a week. Then play a no holds barred Gambit for Gold charity tourney for childhood cancer research that weekend. It's not bad. Guaranteed would be some of the best content that this community has ever seen, and for a great cause.
Yes. 1,000 times yes.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I would participate in that. Yeah, 100%. I wouldn't get very far, but I'd participate. Dave Solomon says, with the power of teamwork, Redditor u / well, you can see it right here. Doing the data entry at this dim will be beaming updated wish lists updated with S18 picks, season 18 picks from at Panda Packs out to everyone that uses it over the next day or so. Find yourself something fun.
So if you, like me, go to Dim and say, show me a thumbs up on the guns I should keep, your update should now be there for season 18 soon, if not already.
Nice.
And that's good news for everyone. Less thinking I have to do. And there's a couple of videos that I watched this week, because sometimes I watch YouTube so you don't have to. I don't always leave it all to Nitedemon. And sometimes I even make a list of what those were and, I'm here to talk about them. So Cammy Cake said a couple thoughts on Eruption, the new PvP Iron Banner game mode. And, you watch his video, he has some interesting takes on it, again, coming from the perspective of someone who plays this game for the PvP. And it's basically, he's saying, Eruption is basically, it's a party mode. It's for casual players, not for the PvP mains, because it sort of punishes you with its mechanic for doing well. So I thought that was an interesting take, and that's sort of how I felt about it this week. I played a lot of Iron Banner. Have you all set foot in Iron Banner? Tell us what your experiences are. And it definitely seems sort of, more of a party mode, more of a hang with your friends, and less of a, I'm going to absolutely go on a 20 kill streak. For what it's worth, I've played, a lot of games this week. I've played a couple hours every night and only been part of 2 mercies, one in our favor and one not in our favor. And that was just last night. So it's been like a mostly merciless Iron Banner experience. And I'm about a 1.0 KD Iron Banner person. So I feel like I'm right sort of deeply in the middle of people. So how has your experience been? I've seen some conversation in our Discord sort of on both ends of it, of like, a real top tier PvP player and someone who doesn't set foot in the PvP and doesn't enjoy it. And, they're having those very diametrically opposed experiences. The new season, of course, has brought with it Arc 3.0 and Arc 3.0 grenades. So Ironworker Gaming has gone through and he has tested all of the iron, or sorry, not all the iron. He has tested all of the arc grenades with the Touch of Thunder fragment. And he puts a bunch of caveats at the beginning of his video. First one being this is PvE only, because it's just too difficult with the grenades, some of them doing bounce damage, some of them doing damage based on proximity. It's just too hard in PvP to get a reliable reading on how much damage it's going to do. He also focuses on sort of single target damage. So there's a bunch of other things, but basically it's PvE. If you want to throw the grenade on a single target, how much damage can it do and over what amount of time? So he breaks down every single arc grenade available with the 3.0 set class with the Touch of Thunder fragment equipped, just sort of as a baseline of, if you're going to run it, you're probably throwing this fragment on anyway. Here's what all the damage will do. So he has all those numbers, and I won't spoil it, but you can do a lot of damage with arc grenades. It's good times. And Plunder the Booty, he has an entire season named after him. He is where the rolls come from. He is where the builds come from. He has put out a revised version. He did an easy guaranteed god roll in Armor Farm. Easily get your triple 100 stats, probably 3 or so months ago, like in the last season. And he's done actually a refined version of that, where it's a little bit shorter. It's only about 8 minutes, where he really talks about how you can refine all the armor, partially by going back through, we're all struggling to earn our umbral energy for this season. Well, likely you have some umbral energy from the last 2 seasons that the crown or the war table will give you. You can take the umbral engrams you're earning this season to those tables or to the crown and use that energy to decrypt and focus those engrams with probably the leftover umbral energy you have from those seasons. Or if you're running Psyops or if you're running Leviathan, your newly gained umbral energy, and you can focus that high tier armor and get those good stats. And he basically goes over the thing that took me a long time to understand is basically your stats in Destiny are sort of, there's 6 stats: mobility, resilience, recovery, discipline, intellect, and strength. And essentially, if you're focusing sort of the top 3, it's going to give you, like if you put on, for instance, your top 3 stats are mobility, resilience, recovery. So if you have, say, the resilience armor or model in your ghost, you may get a good resilience stat, but you're probably not going to get a high mobility or recovery. It's going to be in the bottom 3. So if you're targeting resilience, recovery, or mobility, your second highest stat is likely going to be discipline, intellect, and strength. Similarly, if you put on a discipline armor or mod, discipline is one that high stat roll is going to give you, but sort of that second spike, that second highest stat is going to be a mobility, resilience, recovery. Anyway, he does a much better job going over it. But the thing to remember is if you're targeting one of the top 3 stats, for your highest number, the second highest stat on that piece of armor is going to be from the bottom 3. Again, watch the video. It's 8 minutes. If you watched the one last time, it was a little confusing. It's very clear how he goes over it.
I do have an announcement for you guys, right? I haven't told this for Peroty or Nitedemon, but
so Respawn exclusive announcement.
Exclusive.
I am filled with equal parts terror and terror.
No, there's nothing to be scared of. I have set aside, and it's already set aside. It's already done, right? So there's no we're gonna do this. No, it's already set aside. I've got $400 set aside. So if you want to get a PlayStation, if you want to get an Xbox, if you want to get a PC graphics card, well, $400 ain't gonna do it, but whatever. I have $400 set aside as a prize for a contest we haven't started yet. I say this because it's such a big prize. We want to do a grand contest that everybody can participate in, not just greatest fails, not just like montages, things like that, right? Everybody does that, right? I want the first part of this contest is give us feedback on what kind of contest this should be. And based on the feedback, we'll decide what kind of contest we'll do. And then the contest itself will be what nets you the prize, okay, of the $400. So this is going to come to you in, however you want it. If you want it like in a credit card, if you want it on a PayPal, however you want the $400, it'll be sent right to you. But yeah, that's the prize. It's up for grabs. And we have, if you come to the Two Titans and a Hunter channel, there's a channel that's called, should be something about contest submissions. I'm going to tell you exactly what it is as soon as I find it. Yeah. Okay, it's exactly contest submissions. Okay, so on our Two Titans and a Hunter Discord, right, which is going to be in the links on the show, there is a room called contest submission. Within this room, first we're going to discuss what kind of contests we're going to do for the prize, and then once we've decided, probably next show or the show after that, then we'll engage the contest and see who wins from that point. All right. So for those of you that listen to the podcast, Demon may or may not keep this in here. He might keep it separate, but those of you that are listening here live, now ahead of time. So go ahead, start putting in your contest submissions inside that folder. And if your submission wins, I might throw something a little extra in just for you. So get those contest submissions submitted. Two Titans on 100 Discord, contest submissions chat room. And there you go. Peroty, you're not eligible. Neither is Nitedemon.
Well, that's okay, since I don't even know what I'm eligible for, so maybe I am. You don't know.
I do know. I'm telling you, you're not going to be. The three of us don't get the money. All right, it's going to somebody else. All right.
I guess that seems fair. I do appreciate all the thought and hard work that went into this announcement and plan so far.
I feel like you're being facetious.
A little bit, yeah.
But no, I wanted to do something for you guys because you guys, without y'all, we wouldn't be where we are today. So that's all I really have to say about that. Peroty?
And this is where I say I have loved our time today. So thank you for joining us. Your Titans are Peroty and Nitedemon. Your Titan of the day is Stage 281, or Mckyhazl, or really Micah, or just email Respawn or ping Respawn and say, hey, what's that good guy who you talk to who plays PvP that we like more than you? Yeah, what's his name? Just kidding. I know you all have Respawn more. So Nitedemon will be back with us hopefully next week. He is currently dealing with family things and not actually mourning the death of the queen. He might be doing that too, but that is not the reason he is not here today. You should email the show at twotitansandahunter@hotmail.com. We're on Twitter at twotitans_hunter. And as Respawn said, we're everywhere you can find us. Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. We're out there in the world. And also just at twotitansandahunter.com, where you can find all your favorite Guardians, doing our best to understand this game and try to present it to you and read in semi-coherent sentences. You should listen to the show on Apple Podcasts, Google Play, Spotify, and everywhere fine podcasts are sold. You can check out Twitch at twitch.tv/no-one-response in real life or twitch.tv/twotitansandahunter, which I think at this point is set up. If either Respawn, I, or Nitedemon stream on our accounts, we'll share it. I'm not entirely sure. Maybe it is, maybe not, but we've got links to our Twitches there. And since Respawn wants to be a rich and famous YouTuber, and I mean, really, isn't that the dream of us all? Patreon.com/TTAH for Two Titans and a Hunter. Patreon.com/TTAH. So if you love us and enjoy what we do and got a couple bucks to throw our way, we would very much appreciate it. Right now, we give you lovely Discord access and our undying love and appreciation. But like Respawn said, we have things in the work. We have plans in the works for merch and things. So things will continue to grow in the future as we do this. But for now, you just get our undying love and affection. So we appreciate you each and every week. And until then, say goodbye to the nice people, Respawn.
Deuces!
Timed that well, didn't I?
Yeah.